Hey, what's up, everybody? Another Sunday, another Packer game, at least the first time in a while we've been able to say that. So, hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Packers, Broncos today. We do have some injury news right up front as the game is inevitably going to get going here, as well as kind of an odd weather update, too, in Denver that I saw that may come into play just a little bit. So for one, out today is Jerry Alexander, Devondre Campbell, Zane Anderson. Those are like the actual injury outs. Inactives, Malik Heath, Caleb Jones. Practice squad elevations was nobody. Packers opted to elevate no one today. And then active, like notable actives would be Eric Stokes, Anthony Johnson Jr., and Brenton Cox Jr., who find themselves actually playing today. Hello, David. How you doing? Good to see you here. And right away, we're going. Oh, no more chit chat today right away. I like this. And the kick is already out of the back of the end zone from Carlson. Broncos and Danger Russ going to be taken over at the 25. Hello, Chris. Hello, Lombardi Time Brews. Game day, embrace the chaos. You know, with these two teams going at it, there may be a fair level of chaos today. Let's just hope it's a good day. Yes, up front, we also would like to apologize. Our 3-year-old got us sick. So if we sound off, she unfortunately has developed a big cough. I may just sound off, at least at this point. We'll see about tomorrow. But this is what we got. Russell on snap number 1, rolling out to the right, throwing it away. That's an incomplete pass. We're going to second down right away. Woo, quick start. So, yeah, we're not doing great here in the Lombardi Time Brews household. We're falling apart.
Had better days. I sound horrible.
Oh my god. Yeah. Don't adjust your audio, folks. That's how we're really doing it. Not a glitch.
There's nothing wrong with our microphone. It's
all right.
Just what it is.
2nd and 10 for Russ, and he
almost sacked.
Dumps it off to a receiver in the backfield. That's going to be a fullback or tight end. And almost immediate pressure there. Jeez. But Adkins with the catch, gaining a couple. The one interception you never want, the sickness. Yeah, we downright caught it. Yeah.
At least you sound normal.
I know. I'm sorry. All right, 3rd and 7. Man, this is the quickest we've gotten into a game this year. 3rd and 7 for the Broncos now. Russ in shotgun, one running back off to his left. And play clock winding down here. He takes the snap and then airing it out.
It's caught.
Caught.
Wow.
Right over the hand of Carrington Valentine. I mean, Valentine was there. Like, it was Sutton who made the catch. Probably a good 20, 25-yard completion. Valentine was there, maybe a step behind, but
not
close enough.
At that.
Yeah. Anthony, hello to you. Hello. I'll be in and out. You both are doing good. Thank you, Anthony. Really appreciate that. Go Pack, go. Quick 1st and 10 now for the Broncos. Russ in shotgun with 2 backs surrounding him now, and it is indeed a handoff. But
stop!
Kingsley Enagbare meets the running back right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go for maybe a gain of 1. Yeah, that's one player in particular, Kingsley Enagbare, who his run defense, every so often he makes a play like that like catches your attention because he stops him right at the line. And then other times he takes the completely wrong angle. Like in terms of run defense, he's one of those that's on the defense that's just wildly inconsistent. But there he makes the play. 2nd and 9 for the Broncos. Go ahead.
Scott saying, hey, all.
Hey, Scott, welcome back. Danger Russ taking the snap, dropping back, and he hits his running back out to the right for a gain of like 5-ish. And that one goes to Javonte Williams, their running back, who's continuing to come into form. He's been really interesting this year. I mean, when he was a rookie, he was kind of lights out for the Broncos, putting up massive stats. And then he tore his ACL. And this year, he very much looks like a running back who is coming back from tearing an ACL. Like, you still see the ability, but not the same snap, not the same athleticism or juice that he had earlier. So Broncos use a pretty heavy rotation at their running back spot now. 3rd and 2, Russ in shotgun. And he does indeed take the snap, and he's thrown to the right side again.
caught for a first down.
And it is another completion. This one to Cortland Sutton. 3rd and 2, they get 3. Valentine in coverage. Yeah, quick little curl. Valentine was a step off. That's first down. Easy peasy. Valentine, of course, playing because Jair Alexander is out again with a back injury. Granted, the Packers have not said much at all about his injury to this point. He was a game time decision today. Gotta believe he retweaked it or something. Because, I mean, he came out of the bye week with no injury designation. And then the next day wound up being limited in practice again. It seems like it got worse this week instead of better. Which ain't good when you're talking about the back. Russ takes the snap, hands it off to Javonte Williams, who breaks one tackle and
is going for a first down
pushes
and more.
4. That's about a 17-yard run for Williams. Just a simple little cut left, and he broke one tackle, and no, 17 yards. It's just that easy. Green Bay just doesn't make it look that easy sometimes. Yeah, Darnell Savage unable to make the tackle on that one. Savage, one of today's captains, curiously enough. Look at him. Oh, well, that's a happy little stat. If you don't see the telecast right now, apparently the Broncos are better on the opening drive than any other drive throughout the game. So that's reassuring. Yeah, hey, look at that. Another run. This one by McLaughlin, their young UDFA. Gain of 7. And he is the epitome of spark plug. McLaughlin, like, he's a UDFA. He's a tiny little dude, like 5'7", 187 pounds. And he wicked fast. He's just their little spark plug who can't play all the time because he's tiny. But when they put him in, he has been effective for sure. Scott, I hope this isn't going to be run all game long. Yeah, apparently they're better on the opening drive. Let's just hope that's the reality because they're not having many problems right now.
Oh.
And that is a toss to one of the Denver backs. Look like Gary kind of over pursued there for a second and then kind of recovered to slow down the back.
Yeah.
McLaughlin winds up gaining maybe 3. Sets up 3rd and 1. 9:40 to go in the first already. Chris, maybe he just needed an extra check and tried an Icy Hot commercial. Maybe not. Yes, he's too busy doing Icy Hots. No, he's too busy meditating. That's what's going on. Oh, Scott, I see what you just said. I just don't like it. I won't say yet for those who are right in line with us for their game telecast, but yeah. 3rd and 1. Play clock winding down. Russ does get the snap off, though. Hands it off to, it's either Williams or, yeah, Javonte Williams with the couple-yard punch-in touchdown. Touchdown Broncos. But we got a flag. Oh, it's coming back.
Oh.
That's good news. Holding on the Broncos. Back it up.
Tisk.
I'm sorry. Oh, tisk. All right, 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11 from the Broncos, now backed up a little bit. Looks like it was their right tackle with the hold, and he kind of just buried the defensive lineman. I don't know. He didn't tug on the jersey or anything. He just kind of buried him. So maybe a fortunate holding call there for the Packers. Russ in shotgun takes the snap, whips it right to McLaughlin. Devontae Wyatt. There we go. McLaughlin ties dancing in the backfield once he gets the ball, but Wyatt doesn't fall for it. Brings him down for maybe a gain of 1, setting up 4th and 10 for Denver, and they're bringing on the field goal team. Excellent. I mean, bend but don't break.
No.
There you go. They kind of broke and then came back. So
thank goodness for
it's all good. It's all good.
Hopefully we don't have to rely on the referees for the rest of the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Field goal is good by Lutz, and Denver takes a quick 3-0 lead with 8:27 to go in the first. Yeah, all right. So that's that. Quick little drive for Denver.
Well, if that's their most successful drive, I'll
take it. Absolutely. You know, the weather note that I was mentioning earlier, I saw some talk from those actually in Denver today. Apparently, like Denver Stadium is notorious for having a decent amount of wind, right? And apparently it's not windy there really today at all. Wayne Larrivee was tweeting about that there's no wind present in the field. So that's a good thing. Then, in addition, though, when facing the north end zone, apparently the sun is shining straight down onto the field. And while the reporters didn't make note of anyone having difficulty in warmups, they did certainly make note of when you turn towards that north end zone, it is blinding. And so we're going to see if receivers who have to turn that direction have any difficulty, corners, anyone who's trying to track a ball deep. We're going to have to see if that affects gameplay. But that was the interesting weather note that I was mentioning earlier. Steve is real. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Steve is here. Yeah. Hi, Steve. How you doing today? And Commando G-Man. Well, at least no touchdown. That's right. That's right. Bend but don't break. We bent a little. So down 3-0. And the kick. Again, another team doesn't want to kick to Nixon. Kicks it out of the back of the end zone. J-Love and company going to be starting on the 25. Yeah, it just showed on the bottom ticker. Baltimore whooped Detroit today with a 38-6 win. If you haven't seen that news yet, Baltimore did whatever they wanted against Detroit. Yeah. And then on a very sad note, the Bears really took it to the Raiders and beat the Raiders like 30-12, I think was the final score, which considering the Packers just lost the Raiders, that's not the best look.
No.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we beat the Bears.
That we did. Love takes the snap and shotgun, hands it off to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones will not move.
Going.
Yeah, breaks the tackle, gains 4. Good to have that man back. Hopefully he gets more than 5 carries today. That's for darn sure. I just hope like Aaron Jones is actually back for this game. Like I know he was questionable. Is it no huddle? Are we going? Hurry up. What's happening? God, son of a biscuit. Finally, like we get up to the line quick, ball snapped, hand it off to Jones. They lose 1. He's brought down immediately by DJ Jones. Come on. 3rd down now. Oh. Steve, sorry you guys are feeling ill. Drink hot liquids. Yeah, I do believe we're going to be good and tired after this today. But thank you, Steve. And Love walking up now. 3rd and looks to be about 8. Love and shotgun. Looks like Dylan off to the left of Love. He takes the snap.
Oh,
drops
pressure.
Back. Yep, finds Dylan. Dylan
catches.
breaks. Sort of breaks 1, but he gains about 7. Going to set up an early 4th down. WHS Pioneer 89 saying Nixon should have been used as a running back receiver instead of a DB. Yeah, I know that's his natural position, but frankly, I'm in the camp, especially with Stokes back. I mean, granted, you got to wait for Jair to get back a bit, but I'm firmly in the camp of like I haven't been impressed with Nixon as corner to this point much at all. So if you can figure out rotations or make it matchup based or whatever to have Jair, Sewell, and Stokes be your 3 corners and have Nixon be available more to be your offensive spark plug, I'm down. I know it's much easier said than done, but really, like I'm down with that. And a good punt for the Irishman. And a nice tackle by Edenbari there on teams as well. Broncos going to start off. I didn't catch the exact field marker. I'll have to get that in a second. Chris saying, Brunswick stew season already had mine. Are y'all a fan? Brunswick stew? Do you know what Brunswick stew is?
No.
I don't know what Brunswick stew is. Chris, you're going to have to help us out a little bit.
Going to the Google.
All right. And Denver's offense comes walking right back out. And the defense really does not get much of a break at all, which has been all too common of a refrain this season thus far.
Tomato-based stew generally involving local beans, vegetables, and originally small game meat, such as squirrel or rabbit.
There you go.
Though today often chicken.
'Tis the season. I very much see what you're saying for that.
Yeah.
It's definitely soup season. We're all about that. So Wilson on that first down play took a snap, threw like a screen to McLaughlin, but the throw was off. McLaughlin didn't get it at all. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. All right, just over 6.5 to go in the first. Russ in shotgun again. Takes the snap and hands it right off. Hands it off to one of them. I think that's Williams, who's stopped for a loss of 1. Quay in on the stop. McDuffie, I think, was there as well. We'll take it. Take it for sure. Loss of 1, 3rd and 11 now for the Denver Broncos.
Chris saying best part 2 if you like hot sauce. It's a touchdown without a defense. I do like hot sauce.
There you go.
That does
That's
sound
all
like
about you. I'm not one for hot sauce. 3rd and 11 for the Broncos. LVN lined up on one edge, it does appear. At least I'm assuming that's LVN. Russ takes the snap, finds someone over the middle, gain of only a couple, and he's spinning. Doesn't matter, spins to nowhere as Carl Brooks finished it off. That was Judy on the catch, gaining a couple of yards, but still 4th and 5 now for Denver. Got to think this is going to be punt team for Denver. Steven saying, had homemade tomato bisque with toasted. Oh, dang, for lunch. Watching Buffalo lose.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that actually sounds really good. Dang. That might be right what the doctor ordered for you tonight.
Yeah.
All right, and the punt. It is a deep one. Reed, the one making the fair catch there. Packers going to take over with the ball at about their own 37. Right on.
Steve saying, oh yeah, and if you bite into a raw onion, it'll clear your head and sinus up really quick. People think I'm Mexicano because I do that. I think you're insane. That sounds horrible.
I mean, I'd be willing to try that. I don't mind raw onion.
I'd rather drink a bottle of hot sauce.
Yeah, maybe some hot toddies tonight. Maybe that's what we got to go with. All right, so yeah, I mean, game's off to a quick start. I mean, frankly, I don't got a lot else right now. I think it's just it's a very straightforward game.
A whole lot of nothing.
Right.
A lot of quick nothing.
You know, I did mention in the pregame show that like the one thing, because Denver has shown that they're decent at throwing the ball down the field. Like Russ has the reputation right now of being bad and washed and old and all this stuff. But just on a pure statistical basis, like his deep ball is still just fine. Denver's completing them at a certainly above average rate, especially when Marvin Mims, their young wide receivers, on the field. As we all know and have complained about for a long time, Green Bay's defense is designed philosophically to not ever allow a deep pass. So going against Sean Payton and company, the concern here is if they modify to like this quick one read style offense and Russ is able to operate it quickly, that could spell trouble for Green Bay's D. That's always the downside of being a big play D, is like death by 1,000 paper cuts can get you. And Denver, while not being incredible at running the ball this year, does have the running backs to pull it off. And if Russ can be accurate enough in the intermediate and short, it's at least possible that Denver is going to be able to move the ball pretty well today. Certainly a concern. Now, as for Green Bay's offense, I don't know. Denver's bad, like really bad. Like I rattled off all the stats in the pregame show. Like they're horrendous in terms of most facets of defense. The offense has got to click today. It has to. Scott, O-line needs to run block. Like to see Kenny Clark make his presence felt for a change. Yeah. Kenny's been quiet as of late, so good to see him making plays. And O-line needs to run block. I agree completely. Granted, Jones being able to do some stuff will, of course, help the overall run game. But, yeah, I mean, run blocking has been deficient to this point. So, all right, let's see what we got now. 1st and 10 for J Love. Taking over with the ball. They officially put that at the 38. Love under center. Takes it, hands it off to Aaron Jones, who runs straight forward for a gain of about 5. Jewel, the inside linebacker for the Broncos, in on the tackle, and he just like Jones kind of picked him up at the line of scrimmage and then just kept going. But Jewel got him down at about the 5. Yeah, hey, look at that. First 2 games, 6 touchdowns, no picks for J Love, only sacked 2 times. Last 3 games, 2 touchdowns, 6 picks, sacked 8 times. I think, there's some, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. There you go. Thank you. The C word. Correlation between those two things, I do believe. Quick little out to Musgrave. That's a first down for the Green Bay Packers. Quick little out goes for about 10. That's a first down. All right. Steven saying, break out the honey and lemon. Heard the onion lemon honey concoction is a real icebreaker for home cool. Wow. Onion, lemon, honey. Woo!
I will keep that in mind.
Well, we may have to break that out tonight. All right, Love under center again, 1st and 10. We're handing it off again, this time to Dylan, who runs into a pile. And it gains 2 or 3. I mean, on that particular play, I don't know if there were other options. It's just, we all know one of the frustrations with Dylan to this point this year has been he seems to run into piles as opposed to avoiding piles. And that was pretty perfectly one of those examples right there. Scott, it's wife's birthday today. Need a win. Amen. Happy birthday to your wife, Scott. Love 2nd and 8 under center again, and needs play action and winds up being kind of a screen to Musgrave. Gains about 1.
Yeah, that was thrown out of save my life.
Yeah, pretty much. The thing, look, there's some stat out there. I saw it circulated around a ton online this week, and I don't want to quote it because I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's something to the effect of all tight ends, Musgrave is in the upper echelon of creating separation. And now part of that is because a few of the massive broken plays that he's gotten where no one's been around him at all. But I personally am growing really tired of 3rd and 6 Love and shotgun. He takes the snap and looking left, finding Reed incomplete. Reed was blanketed in coverage by Surtain. There was no room there for Reed to catch that ball. But refs are chatting.
There's a flag.
Oh, we got a flag. Maybe the refs are going to help us out again. Surtain did turn his head at the last second, but he's got his hands all around Reed's neck there.
I think it's.
Oh, never mind. It's penalty on Green Bay. So it's a face mask on left tackle Rasheed Walker for grabbing in the helmet opening.
What?
I mean, that's a legit penalty, but okay, certainly not called on linemen very often. Basically, what that means is as you're blocking the guy, your hand slips up to go in the gap of the helmet here. Yeah, that's a no-no. It's just they generally only call that on linemen if it looks purposeful to do it because their hands are always slipping and stuff. Yeah. Holy buckets! 4th and 6. Green Bay's going for it. Love in shotgun. Whoa, we got bodies. That's going to be an offsides or false start on somebody. Love. So in shotgun, Love is standing back there in shotgun. The play is completely broken. Both lines have just run into each other. Love wanted to sling it to the end zone, old Rodgers style, but the refs didn't even let him throw it. Oh, now it's a false start on Green Bay, not on Denver. How? They're calling a false start on Myers.
Wait, what? Because he bent down?
Well, that's bogus bullcrap. Basically, they called a false start on Myers because Myers had his butt up in the air over the ball, and then he did an abrupt down with his butt in order to snap it. And technically, the rule says that a center can't whip his butt down. That's it's deceiving to the defense is the technicality, but that never. It has to be so egregious to get called, and that was not. That's just straight up crap. That there's no way that should have been a penalty. So anyway, the Packers wind up punting it, and Denver's going to get the ball back following a touchback. Chris, when John said running into piles, I tried not to think about Mark Sanchez running, but face at his own lineman. Oh, someone please take sound effects. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, it is kind of like that, isn't it? Like he runs straight into their backside, and that's go to the open grass, not the grass that's absorbed by your O lineman's butts. All right, so Reed on the deep ball winds up not getting a penalty call, but on the same play, Rasheed Walker winds up getting a penalty for sticking his hand in a no spot in the helmet, and then Packers are going to go for it on 4th and 2nd. It doesn't matter anyway because Josh Myers is called for a false start because he dipped his booty too aggressively. Stupidest freaking penalty in the world.
Gosh, Myers.
Yeah.
Stop being so aggressive with
Josh, his hips don't lie, and the refs have none of it.
Apparently, the hips do lie to the defense. They're thinking that they're starting the play when they're not, and it's a false start. The hips do lie.
Come on. Ay. LOL, watching the non-movement frozen free action from YouTube Steve's great. That's our processing time.
Okay.
All right, Steven.
The screen isn't frozen. It's just us confused at the referees.
Yeah, pretty much. Ay.
That's what that actually looks
like. Oh, okay.
It's like it kind of looks like a Hulk dude.
Yeah, all right. So Commando G-Man, because you're on YouTube, like we're on our streaming software, and when you use like emojis, like the green face that you just put, I just see the words face green smiling, like because I guess our software doesn't carry over the emojis. So, Steve is real. What Myers did isn't a penalty. That was a bogus call. Centers are allowed to do that. Yeah, right. I mean, like. I believe it's written in that it's like technically they can't do it in a manner to deceive the defense. But again, that really never gets called. And the ones that are called have to be so egregious, like so deceptive in nature. And a handoff for Denver there, running for a gain of 11 for McLaughlin, but we got a flag. That looked like normal. Like that was a normal football play that Myers did in just dropping his hips. Yes, he did it quickly. Everyone does. You should. Okay, another penalty on Green Bay. Called defensive holding on Kenny Clark, and Kenny Clark is having words with the ref. Why? Why? The hell is that? Okay. Another penalty at Green Bay gives Denver an automatic first down. Rustin shotgun takes the snap, throws out to the left. It is complete. But Rasul Douglas immediately brings down Cortland Sutton. Nice open field tackle there by Douglas. 2nd and 5 for Denver. Again, I mean, look, I'm not one to like blame things on the refs, but what the hell so far? Because even that defensive holding from Kenny is very typical, the kind of thing you see on every play. It's just a matter of whether it's called or not, and they decided to call this one. Anyway, handoff for Denver, and that is handing off to Javonte Williams, who breaks it for a first down. Just ran through the hole. Didn't see exactly who made the tackle. Regardless, that's a first down. Denver. Savage. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, ran right through the hole. Yep. That's a first down. Steve, I do what Myers did in hockey, and I don't go to the penalty box. You just drop them hips, Steve. All right. Well, can't say I'm happy with the first quarter thus far. Only 52 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Russ again in shotgun Denver at midfield. Denver drops back.
Closing.
And Russ.
Oh, come on.
Russ throws it about a yard down the field to his running back, who Quay Walker was right with him. But Quay Walker's on him right there. and then just straight up missed the tackle because apparently Quay tried to tackle his head rather than his body. Yeah. And Perrine just throws Quay right off. Quay, they're the surest tackling Packer on the field, royally messing that up.
Jeez.
And that winds up going for a first down. Denver now up to the 30. And another play, another handoff. This one for Perrine, and he gains about 6 on the carry. Holy crap. Gerber getting really frustrated with this riding defense. Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't great.
No, it ain't great. I don't know. No, it's not great. And I'm not giving them a cop-out. It's just, it would be cool, too, if the offense actually had the ball for longer than a couple minutes.
Right.
To get the defense off the field. But, hey, even if the offense doesn't do it, the defense still has to stop Denver. And that was a really bad tackle attempt by Quay. Commando, those are some holes. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Steven, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. Gotta love you some Adam Sandler. It's all in the hips. Yeah, if Quay would have shot for the hips on that play, right, we might have had ourselves a tackle. Instead, he aimed for Perrine's head. Hey, and Myers has got hips that don't lie thus far. Very hippie game thus far, I guess. Chris, I just hated if a lineman had a pretty bad itch and was scared to scratch his leg or anything. I think the ref would throw a flag. That is part of it. Like that's totally legitimate, actually. Like that is it's very much like if linemen flinch too much, no matter where they are, they're getting a flag. It's just the center is absolutely allowed to drop their hips like that. Sarah B. Hello, Sarah B.
Hello.
WHS Pioneer 89. It's only 0-3, but this looks bad for the Packers so far. Defense bending, not breaking until they break. Offense not doing so much again. Yeah, pretty much. Thus far, this looks exactly like the Packers that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Offense isn't moving the ball well. Defense is at least holding their own, but they can only, obviously looking ahead in this game, only hold their own for so long. Yep, that's kind of the story of the season right here in quarter number 1 for Denver and Green Bay. NGA Brett saying, hey, Sarah. Well, hello to you, NGA Brett. Steve, I'm going to hate to say this, but how long till Barry gets fired? Basically, the offseason.
Right.
I just
2 seconds after the last game.
I don't know. Look, I just don't see it happening in season, especially now that the bye is passed. I just can't see it happening in season. It's just not how the Packers do things, and especially now that the bye is passed. If you're going to make a coordinator change, generally it's at the bye. Russ dropping back, play action, winds up dancing in the pocket, evades to the right, throws to the end zone, overthrows the end zone, incomplete. 3rd and 5 for Denver. But the other thing that I'll say, and like LaFleur's rationale for keeping Barry last year, was the Packers defense improved tremendously over the last 5 games last season. And I think also going back to last season, even with Rodgers, even in that version of the team last year, it was kind of difficult to say that the defense is the sole reason they lost many games. It's not the reason they won many, but it's also not the reason that they lost a lot of games. And it seems like LaFleur is waiting for the defense to turn so bad that that's why they're losing. And Russ with the quick slant complete over on the right side. They are just attacking Carrington Valentine. Completion of Sutton. That's a first down for Denver. Yeah, they're just going right after Valentine. Valentine in man was pretty close, but Sutton had a step on him. That's completion and a first down. So I could just see them using that rationale again and keeping Barry around as much as no one would be happy about it. It's just I could see it happening. So we'll see. But either way, if you're looking for Barry to get fired, I don't think it's happening soon. Carry there for Javonte Williams, gaining about 3 for Denver. Chris saying, I feel like I'm playing a crossword puzzle after Steve said that. Yeah. Let me see here. WHS Pioneer, Barry will get fired along with LaFleur. LaFleur hasn't shown much the last 2 years. I'm not disagreeing necessarily about LaFleur. I am, however, going to say LaFleur isn't going anywhere. He is very secure in his job in Green Bay. Quay Walker in coverage down on the bottom of your screen there, because he's paired up with the running back. Russell evades pressure off to the right, winds up throwing it away. That's going to go down as an incomplete pass to set up 3rd and 7 for Denver. But yeah, WH is finding it. Like I don't know. I personally don't believe LaFleur is bad, but what I will say is, like, I certainly had my issues with him last year. I have my issues with him this year. Do I think he necessarily deserves to lose his job? No, like, it hasn't reached that point yet. What I am saying from the Packers' perspective, I think Matt LaFleur is very safe. He is still under contract for several years. They are just not likely to get rid of the guy that came in and won multiple 13-win seasons in a row. And, you know, whether you agree, disagree, credit all those wins to Rodgers, whatever, like, I get it. But point stands, I think he's incredibly safe in the Packers' eyes, especially considering that they weren't expecting to do anything this year. Right, this is the transition year. This is the rebuild year. I don't think Brian Gutekunst can honestly give him a room of basically all rookie tight ends and then all rookie and second-year wide receivers and honestly expect that LaFleur is like going to turn that into magic. I don't think any GM can safely expect that. Joseph saying, when are they going to give him some help? You talking about LaFleur or Love? Lots of people need lots of help right now. I will say that. Steven, got to say our defense isn't that bad with what we have. Think he does a decent job trying to find players for positions. Yeah, I think right now, they are a top 20 defense by almost every single standard. The one that they're not is rushing defense. So, we may not like it because it's not aggressive enough or the defense doesn't dictate games or whatever. But in the grand spectrum of the league, it's not like the Packers have this defense that's awful. Statistically speaking, they're not. It's just I think a lot of fans feel like the defense should be talented enough after all of the front office investment that the defense should be good enough to dictate games or actually be once in a while the reason that you win games. And that's what we just don't see. Year after year, it's average to below average. And I think people are mighty tired of that. Ryan Woolridge, is Jones playing today? Yes, Aaron Jones is playing today, and he's actually been fairly active to this point. 3rd and 7 now for Denver as we're finally back to some game action. Russell empty set. He's in shotgun. And takes the snap, winds up evading to the left, and then he backs it up. And he just kind of slings it to the end zone.
To nobody.
Yeah, out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Kind of threw it away there. And that's going to set up 4th down for Denver, 4th and 7. Bend, but don't break. There it is again. Clamp down on the red zone. The defense's way. Steven, our offense off the field so quick isn't helping Barry out. I mean, that's a part of it. I think philosophically there's some issues with Barry. I think you can easily argue that. But at the same time, it is tough. Like, we do have to acknowledge that. The defense going back out after the offense having the ball for like 1 minute of game clock again and again and again, less than ideal. And that's been a ton this season that's happened to them. You got it? Oh, you're doing the score? Okay. WHS Pioneer, if this offense continues to suck all season, LaFleur will be questionable. Like, I very much get what you're saying. And I don't disagree. It is concerning if even the baby Packers can't show progress. I'm just saying from an organizational standpoint, I think no matter what happened this year, LaFleur is safe. Because, like, just from an organizational design standpoint, They probably looked at this and said, it's Love's first year. We know we are incredibly young, darn near everywhere on the field. Go out there and do the best you can. We're aiming for year 2. Like, that's when we really want to see this offense begin to click. I think that that's the organizational standpoint right now. So, yeah. Mike, I think there's going to be a lot of job openings at the end of the year. I think league-wide that's possible this year. The league, I mean, look at today. The NFL this year is just stupid wide open. And whenever that's happened historically, you wind up getting a lot more surprise firings and things of that nature. So we'll have to see. Scott, this looks just like Raiders game. Yeah, it kind of looks like all the last few weeks for Green Bay, actually. Hey. Oh, Gerber. Oh, when are they going to give Valentine some help? Maybe so. I mean, Valentine's just lined up against Sutton, and Sutton is a very underrated wide receiver as far as I'm concerned. Plus, Valentine's been there like a lot. Like, it's not like his man coverage is failing. They could give some safety help over the top, maybe just to defer trying to get Russell to throw away from that spot. But looks to be like Denver is purposefully targeting Valentine at this point. Casey, what's up, Casey? The defense has already played 2 quarters based on time of possession. The offense is destroying any chance the defense has to stay alive for 4 quarters. And that's a big reason why the Packers like bend but don't break until you break. That's a really big reason as to why the until you break part comes in. And WHS Pioneer, I see you're here saying like defense could force a 3 and out themselves if they want off the field. Can't blame the offense all the time for defense giving up 8, 10, 12 play drives. Fair. Like, that is a fair viewpoint. But I think maybe, I don't know if I can be able to look that up fairly easily. I would be curious, because I don't know them offhand, what the 3 and out rates are for the defense and how the Packers defense compares to most in the league. I don't think they're that far behind the rest of the league, if they're behind at all. I think they're fairly average in that regard. But I understand the point of what you're saying. Commandos, time for a good drive here. That's right. Kickoff not returned. J-Love taking over with the ball on the 25. Steve is real. Yeah, I think if we score 8 touchdowns, we could win. Steve, you're onto something. 8 touchdowns? Let's do it. Sounds good
Perfect.
to me. Mm-hmm. Casey, that isn't how this defense is schemed. You're right. Bend, but don't break. Like, this is a defense that is schemed to clamp down in the red zone. And they do that well. I will say that. 6-0 Denver, 13-14 to go in the half. 1st and 10. Love under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Jones. Jones cutting left, finding not a lot of room.
Flag on the play.
Gains 2, but we got a flag. 13:09 to go in the half now. Good to see Dontavian Wicks on the field. All right. A penalty on Denver. Offside on Browning. That gives Green Bay a 5-yard forward. And field position. All right. That's good to see one going the other way. 23rd defensive penalty this season for Denver. 2nd most in the NFL.
1st and 5.
1st and 5. Love taking the snap from the 30, or at least he's going to. Oh. There it is. There's the snap now in shotgun. Love looking left.
And dropped.
Tried for a curl to Musgrave, who is covered by safety Kareem Jackson, and Musgrave can't hold on to the catch. Those are the kinds of plays that Green Bay has to start hitting. Like, you can't miss on a 1st and 5 curl. Yeah, WH's partner Valentine wasn't beaten badly on the long 3rd down pass. It took a perfect pass to be his coverage. That's kind of been the thing with Valentine thus far. Like, he's been there. He's getting worked by a good vet receiver in Sutton right now. Because I think Valentine's given up 3 completions to this point, and each one Valentine's been close. He's not getting burned. That's why I think they may not tilt a lot of help that way.
Run by Jones for a gain of
Casey, the defense is built to play ahead. That's the whole deal. Philosophically, yes, that is very, very much how they are structured. And have been for a long time. It was that way under Pettin. It was that way under Dom Capers. They've used different styles to do it, but that's been Green Bay's defensive deal for going on 20 years. Love evading pressure. Right. Find somebody.
We got a first down.
Dink. Kind of danced around in the pocket a little bit, but he found Christian Watson for first down. Chris, can you give some details about the trade deadline? Are we going for anyone or is time up? Yeah, I can launch into that a lot. How about I do that at halftime? If you could help me remember, please. Halftime. Let's talk trade deadline then. I'll be happy to. Mick, is each receiver getting targeted? It's been fairly spread to this point. They haven't thrown the ball a ton yet, but it has been fairly spread. Yeah. Love under center takes the snap. Begins to roll right, but his coverage falls over. Or his protection, I should say, hits Watson for like a 2-yard loss. Like Love did the play action, went to roll right, and the running back protecting Love was on the ground. That ain't good. So 2nd and 10 for Green Bay, they give him. That's kind of kind. You get confused with Dom DeLuise a lot. Not confused, but I'm certainly told often that I look like him. Yes, yes. That's very, very true. Love and shotgun, empty set, 2nd and 12. He fires left, and he hits Toure for a few-yard gain. Should make 3rd down a little easier, at least. That's one thing with the offense, and the stats are there to back it up. 1st and 2nd down, the Packers are one of the least efficient offenses in the NFL. And then they wind up with a ton like this, like right here, 3rd and 9. Well, every team's chances to convert suck on 3rd and 9. The Packers find themselves in 3rd and long more frequently than almost any team in the NFL. And that is what is killing this offense. Looks like we got another flag.
Yeah,
yes, maybe. Yeah, there's the flag. Love was looking to take a shot deep again, but the ref stopped him.
Again. Oh, it's on the defense.
Offsides defense, a neutral zone infraction, which is why Love didn't get to take his shot throw there. Another offsides on Browning. Good. Keep helping us out, Browning.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he just straight up jumped. Yeah. So you can tell Love wants to do the Rodgers-esque, like, oh, they got a penalty. Let me throw it 50 yards to somebody and see what we can make happen. But refs aren't letting him do it today. 3rd and 4 now for Green Bay. Under 10 minutes to go in the half. Love takes the snap out of shotgun, and he's looking right to no one. Someone ran a wrong route. There. Love takes the snap at shotgun, is looking right, winds up throwing right, and you have 2 wide receivers, or 2, shouldn't say wide receivers, 2 eligible receivers on the right side where Love was throwing to. But they're within a yard of each other, is what it looked like. Which means somebody messed up. Like someone ran something wrong. There's no way in the world a play was designed to have 2 dudes within a yard of each other. So a throwaway for Love and a punt for the Irishman, Dan Whalen. And it's fair caught at the 10. And that has happened too freaking much for the offense. Like if you go watch the All-22 week in, week out, you see wide receivers clumped. You see the wrong routes. It happens so often, every week. What the hell are you supposed to do when that's your offense around you? And I'm not completely defending Love. He has been far from perfect over the last 3 weeks.
Accuracy hasn't always been on.
No, not at all. But like when you're dropping back 3rd and 4 and you're supposed to have a receiver closer to the sideline, or who knows what was actually called, and instead you got 2 dudes who are running like hand in hand down the field, you're not doing a freaking thing. It's too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. Hey. WHS Pioneer. Dom was a funny guy, so take it as a comment. Thank you. I do. Thank you. Baron Browning is our best player in offense. Yeah, those 2 offsides are coming in handy. That's for sure. Chris, pardon my Madden, but if our run game don't work, use Jones as a wide receiver underneath and open up outside slants. It can show more zone versus man opportunity. Yeah, in theory, that's correct. Like they could line Jones up as a slot receiver more often. Maybe the rationale there would be, like I was just saying, there's too many wrong freaking routes. So, have a dude that you actually trust to run the offense correctly out there at slot receiver. I won't be shocked if we see that potentially more as Jones gets more into rhythm of actually playing again. Wouldn't be shocked by that at all. Commando, okay, it might be the receivers with this offense. It's not just them. Like Love's accuracy has been a problem, but I think it was Lake Hemmels, who's not even here today. I think he said a comment really well that I haven't been able to respond to yet on the last video, saying that it's been almost impossible to get a good evaluation of the offense on the whole this year, and specifically Love, because it's just everything's wrong. Like it's either there's no protection, or the receivers run a wrong route, or Love is inaccurate, or like it's just something every single play. It's just something that goes terribly wrong that breaks the entire thing. And how do you evaluate that? You can't, in the honest truth. So. All right, Wilson taking the snap, handing off to, that's Javonte Williams, who dances around, maybe a gain of 1 off to the right-hand side. We'll see what they officially give him. But Denver looking to build upon their 6-0 lead. 9:30 to go in the second. And I will say, like, it's super easy to be negative right now, but Green Bay is only down 6-0. If they are able to stop them here, touchdown, like it's well within reach to this point. It's just Green Bay's looking how they've looked for the last 3 weeks. Snap for Wilson, and he throws it off to the left behind the line. Another completion to Javonte Williams, and another stop for Green Bay. Nixon and Quay on the tackle. Denver's going to get maybe 1 or 2 out of that. Let's see. Let me just catch up on that. Thunder. Packers are great at making terrible teams look good. I'll give them that. Hey, Packers play to their competition. Like I said that in the pregame. Like, great teams, they'll play just fine. Like, that's been a thing for a couple of years now. Terrible teams, they'll play terrible. Like, that's what it is. 3rd and 5, Russ in shotgun, and he takes the snap, dropping back. Throws it to the right-hand side, and the wide receiver tries to make a one-handed catch. And we got a flag. Nixon, I believe, was the one in coverage there. Incomplete. Steven, how long before Clifford is going in? Never. To put it super easy. Like Jordan Love is QB1. There's no question about that. And they're calling pass interference on Nixon. Oh, because Nixon holds his hand. Yeah, I can't do that, Nixon. That's a no-no. You can't try to hold the dude's hand away from the ball as he's trying to make a catch. That's a big penalty. That's a big penalty. First and 10. Russ takes the snap. It winds up being an end around to number 19 for Denver, who's trying to find somewhere to go. He cuts back to the left. He was going right, now he's going left, and that's a huge loss for Denver. Rasul Douglas making the tackle on 19. Way back. Let's watch that one again. So it winds up being an end around to 19. Enagbare tried to get a hand on him.
Enagbare tried again.
Enagbare tried twice to get him, couldn't do it. Rasul finishes him off as he's coming back to the left. Hey. All that activity for a massive loss for Denver. A loss of 11. 2nd and 21. Huge play for the defense. All right, so Russ in shotgun. Play clock under 5. He takes the snap. And Russ trying to find something deep. Nothing there. So he winds up scrambling, running forward. Slides, gain of 6 or 7.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Because there's been so many flags today. 7:27 to go in the half. Oh, that's going to be a holding on Denver. Back them up. Back them up even farther. Steven, how long do we wait until to see if Clifford is given a shot? Long time, Steven. Long time, barring injury. Like, love's QB1. Holding on Denver officially on Garrett Bowles, their left tackle.
Keep on coming back.
Ay. All right, let's catch up on a couple of these here.
Edison, I think, is the next one.
Yeah, okay. I'll go down in a minute. Handoff for Denver on 2nd and 31, and he does find some space. Runs through a hole. He's picking up most of the 31. That's embarrassing.
Jesus.
And that was McLaughlin with the carry. I mean, that's... Oh, no. Okay. Savage looks hurt.
Savage
is
very
pounding
unhappy.
his helmet down the ground. He's not thrilled about what he's hurt. That ain't good. That ain't good. All right, let's see a replay of that run. I want to see where it all went wrong. So, okay, Edison Trent here. When is this on coaching? Love sat for 3 years, and there are rookies playing better. How many weeks to learn some basic routes and proper blocking, etc.? To a certain extent, it already is on coaching. Like, I mean, you see the people calling for the Fleur's head already. But we can't possibly know that. Okay. And like, I don't mean to sound like a scapegoat answer, but the reality is you can watch a play and you can know fairly obviously if there's two receivers running within 1 yard of each other, okay, someone screwed up. Like, that's not the play. Someone did something wrong. Okay. But very often we don't know necessarily who exactly to pin blame on. We just can't know that because we don't know the play call. The Packers, to this point, especially over the last couple of weeks, have been wildly inconsistent in terms of it seems to be someone different fault every snap. Like, one play it'll be the pass blocking, the next play it'll be the wide receivers run something wrong, the next play it'll be everything goes right, but Love throws an inaccurate ball. Like, it's always something. And the thing that I'm like kind of trending towards in my own personal thought is, you know, there's a reason that historically young offenses, as young as Green Bay's, have been bad. From all accounts, LaFleur has talked about how Love has complete control of the offense in every way. He knows the offense inside and out, right? And quarterbacks like that can deal with a rookie wide receiver who's surrounded by other vets who maybe he screws up occasionally, but then you got a safety valve vet to go to. Or, you know, the vets correct him on the field, whatever, right? In terms of the receivers and the tight ends, like when you pair all the skill position plays together, like the pass catchers, I should say, being this young, you have multiple screw ups on every play. And yes, that is coaching's job to fix it. But are they screwing up more than the average? I can't say that with certainty. I think it's just that there's more young ones who are screwing up every play, right? And I don't know if I put that very eloquently. But, like, is Matt LaFleur partially to blame? Yes. Partially. It's not completely his fault. Part of it is just very naturally the youth. And it was a reasonable expectation for them to look like this year. Kind of just part of it. I'm sure I got a lot of comments to catch up on now, so let me just take a look here. Emil, I hate the Packers. Go Detroit Lions. Well, that's rude. Don't hate the Packers. I like the Lions. They're the lovable losers who are experiencing success for the first time, like, in franchise history. So, except for today when they lost 38-6. Oh, who are we to talk on that? Chris Hand saying, with that loss of yards for the Broncos, now we can play banjo really fast and loud. Yeah. All right. So, offense trotting back out. Sorry, I got caught on a couple tangents there. I'm trying to catch up on a couple things. Thunder saying it's time to reevaluate LaFleur. He is turning into McDaniels. Yeah, I know everyone is searching for answers right now. I don't think there's any to find. And I get that that's frustrating, but it's kind of the reality of it. Dobbs, Watson, Toure aren't rookies. Yeah, I mean, they're second-year players who still screw up all the time. And Watson's missed the vast majority of the season. And the connection between Love and Watson has been the worst out of any quarterback to wide receiver connection on the team. Those two have to get it together. I'll fully admit that. I'm sorry I'm late. I was going to wait until I could watch the game to watch the stream later, but I'm upset. Join us, Lake Pebbles. Welcome. 1st and 10 for the Packers. Taking over with the ball on the 28-yard line. Love taking the snap, dropping back, and he hits Emmanuel Wilson getting some playing time, gaining maybe 3, setting up 2nd down. 6:20 to go in the half. Let me just see where we're at here. Scott saying, I still would rather deal with this than the last 4 years of Rodgers.
Ain't that the truth?
I understand. And I will just say, too, like, the thing about the Packers right now, as frustrating and as terrible as they may be at times, there is a direction now. Like, it's not just a holding pattern. There we go. Handoff from Love. Hands it off to, I think that's still Wilson in the game. Yes, indeed it was, as he rumbles forward for gain of 5. Going to set up 3rd and short. The thing about a young team is you've got like a direction to go. When it was Rodgers, the Packers were essentially in this holding pattern of push the money forward and like, we're just going to keep on getting bites at the apple until the old guy goes, be it retirement, says he doesn't want to play here anymore, whatever. They're not beholden to that anymore. If they want to rip it all down tomorrow, they can. They won't, but they now can, whereas they couldn't for the last 4 years. 3rd and 1, handoff to Wilson as he rumbles through the line.
Oh, we call timeout instead.
Okay, it looked like Wilson was going to get the first, but it don't matter. Timeout, Green Bay. Steve, we're making Denver look like a playoff team. Hey, man, they're only up 6-0. It's only 6-0. We're making Denver's historically bad defense look good, though, and that's a problem. But yeah, hey, come on now. Only off by 6. What was the stat they showed of Love having highest pass yards per attempt? Everything I see has him near the bottom. I didn't catch that specific one. They were probably referencing maybe like ADOT or average depth of target. Love is still, I don't think he's number 1 anymore, but he's very high up there in terms of average depth of target. That might have been what they were referencing. I didn't catch that exact thing. Toss to Aaron Jones, who gets the first down. Holy smokes, have they missed Aaron Jones. I have a feeling the other running backs on the roster would have been brought down for a big loss, but Jones able to dance through it. With a stiff arm there, he just keeps his footing and then jumps for the first down. We will take it.
I love Aaron Jones.
Dylan wouldn't stumbled and fell for one. Oh, would have stumbled? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you know.
Right. 1st and 10, the Gables. I'll read that in just a second here. Love in shotgun. DeGuara in motion. Love takes the snap, throws it to Dobbs quick. Hey, there you go, Brayden. There we go. Dobbs, the nice 14-yard play for Green Bay Packer. First down.
That kind of looks like what was supposed to happen when Jordan Love threw it to nobody.
Yeah, actually. Maybe the floor called it again and said, hey, do it right this time.
Right? This is to prove my point.
Yes,
Run your right
fine
route.
Play call. Do it correctly. All right, 4:10 to go in the half. 1st and 10 for Green Bay. And they're in Denver territory. They're sitting on the 42, maybe 43 of Denver. And it's a pitch to A.J. Dillon, who breaks one tackle.
All right.
There we go. Dillon.
Stiff arm, baby.
Dillon breaks one, runs to the left. That's going to be about a 6-yard gain for A.J. Dillon. That was iffy. Lots of penetration. Oh, you're talking on like the screen to Dobbs? Yeah, Love had to throw that quickly or else he was going down. I'm not sure where the penetration came from, but I saw the same thing.
You didn't read the couples.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like Couples, we are not good, but at least we aren't like the Bears in tanking, only to never stop tanking. At least we have an end to the tunnel. Still hoping for JLo to become top 8. Can't go 12-5 with 5 L's. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Love dancing in the pocket. Love.
Not sacked. We got a gain of maybe 2.
Yeah,
3.
he gains 2 as he dances forward as the pocket collapsed on him.
Yeah.
But still, nice job dancing to turn that into a gain. 3rd and 1 now for Denver. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right, like Couples. that is factually correct. Yes.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'm hoping the same.
Safely say we are not the Bears.
And actually, I referenced your comment earlier, like Couples, about like it is incredibly difficult to evaluate Love right now, or the entire team. All the injuries, Love with such an experience all around him. Yeah, it's a tough order right now. There we go. Nice completion off to the side for Jones. That's another Packers first down. Just a quick little out to Jones, who dances his way 1 yard beyond the boundary. 2:25 to go in the half. Green Bay putting together a little something with the quick offense.
Like I said, I love Aaron Jones. I missed him so much.
All right, 2:07 to go in the half. Are they going to get this snap off? Maybe 3, 2, 1. They apparently get the snap off, and it's an end around to Wicks, who ran right into the 2 Denver Broncos waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. Yeah. No gain. Going to be second down when we return from the 2-minute warning. Chris saying, my positive mindset during these crazy times is thinking of Douglas juggling an interception to end the game versus the Cardinals. Nothing's impossible. I mean, amen. Look, I mean, like right now, yeah, it's frustrating as hell. Green Bay looks like garbage, but they're only down 6-0. Like, it's not like they're losing 34-0 or something silly, or 38-6 like the Detroit Lions did today. Obviously, there's still time to go, but they're putting together a little something right now. So just hope for the best. Steve is real. Yeah, I wonder if Bakhtiari's sitting back laughing and saying, I'll be playing with Rodgers next year. I mean, I don't know. I know I am still more in Bakhtiari's corner than most, but like I know when he was at his locker the other day or a couple weeks ago by this time, I know a lot of people don't agree with this. I get it. But like the reporters there said, it is clear that David Bakhtiari still wants to play for the Green Bay Packers. You can believe him or not. I tend to believe the guys who were there talking to him. So I don't think Bakhtiari is very happy right now. I think he wants to play. I think he is mighty. Maybe he's hopeful that they finally found the problem in that knee. Maybe he's upset. I mean, he doesn't even get to root for Rodgers right now. So, Goody did make sure to say, make room for growth, like a haircut. Sometimes you got to settle for a short time, funky for long-term locks of love. Yeah. I mean, Gutekunst did say that, right? Like he did say that if you hang out all these vets who are playing, you don't exactly create opportunities for the young guys to get in there and screw up or to do well or whatever. And that's what he was saying. You got to create the opportunity for guys to show out. That's what they're doing. It's just when everyone doesn't show out at the same time, this is the sad product we get. Mike Clemens, let's see that great clock management again. I know LaFleur's got to struggle with clock management, but I will say in terms of, because this was released this week, in terms of when to go for it on 4th, LaFleur is one of the top 3 coaches in the NFL of making the right decision. So that's good. Presented without comment. I'm just informing to inform. Just saying. I saw that this week. So here we go. Love now walking up to the line. And Love takes the snap and shotgun, hands it off to Dillon, who finds contact after about 5 yards and stops. Going to set up third and intermediate, 3rd and 4. Yeah, 3rd and 4 with 1:41 to go in the half. Jones coming back out on the field for 3rd down. That's what we like to see. Also good to see the Packers take a good amount of time for this drive. Like the defense is actually getting to catch its breath.
Yeah. And then they're going into
5 minutes for this drive as of right now. 3rd and 4, and whoa! Okay, everything's blown dead. What the hell just happened?
Well, like,
false start on Rasheed Walker. Walker's second penalty of the game. Come on.
Well, because it looked like Love was doing like a fake start, you know?
Yeah.
Like he did the thing that he does when he starts it, but
yeah, I mean, like he had his foot up, like he did that kind of thing, but he wasn't actually looking at Myers for the ball. And then Myers launched the ball, and the snap went whizzing right past J-Love. But none of it matters. None of it counts, as Walker was offsides. Maybe that's why Myers snapped it too, is because he saw Walker go. I don't know. I'd have to see that again. But regardless, 3rd and 9. Green Bay again finds themselves in 3rd and 9. Yeah, now we got, I don't know what we got now.
I don't know.
Who the hell knows? All right, 3rd and 9. Love in shotgun. Whoop. All right, so complete to Reed. Reed gains about 5. Going to set up 4th and about 5. But again, a Denver defender. I mean, Love had that ball for like 0.3 of a second before a Denver defender was already sprinting at Love. And it looked like it was coming from about the right guard spot. So I don't know if it was a blitz. I don't know if Runyon missed somebody. I don't know. But
I don't know.
Love
but
had pressure way too fast.
Not walking off.
Oh, okay. So that's what happened. The play design was basically kind of like a screen, except I don't know what you'd call that technically, but it was like a screen a little bit down the field. So like Runyon's assignment was essentially to chip the lineman and then get moving. And so he chipped the dude, but not enough of a chip because that dude nearly ate Love for lunch. All right, 4th and 3. 4th and 3. We're going 46 seconds to go. Watson in motion. Love in shotgun. Jones off to his left, I do believe. Under 5 on the play clock. Love pointing all over. We got movement. Musgrave moving out to the right. Yeah, we got a timeout. Yay. So what you saw there was the Packers got up to the line, and all that pointing by Love was essentially Love like identifying and calling out to the rest of the offense where key members of the defense were. And then he sends Musgrave in motion, but it all is happening way too late. There's too many questions. Probably, frankly, was too complicated of a read or too complicated of a play call. And so they're unable to get it off. And on comes Anders Carlson to at least cut the deficit in half. I mean, 4th and 3, 46 seconds in the first half. Down 6. I don't hate going for a field goal, but I don't love it. Carlson now on for 43. And the snap and the kick. And he shanked it left. That is Carlson's first miss. Well, now that makes going for it look a lot smarter.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, Joseph, we're doing that right now. That person. Bye, Emil. Enjoy your life away from us. Chris Han. Hey, John, let's make our convos earlier interesting. Would Claudia eat 4 pieces of onion or wear a Bears jersey?
4 pieces of onion. Would be caught dead. Bears jersey.
There you go. WHS Pioneer saying just go for it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Of course, should have went for it. I mean, like that. I down six. I down six, kicking the field goal, trying to cut that in half before the second half, especially considering you're getting the ball for the second half. It's respectable. Like I get it. Trying to double up on them, especially given how broken that first 4th-and-3 attempt was trying to get a playoff. But seems like you could have dialed up something simple on 4th-and-3. I mean, look, like earlier in the game, the Broncos had, I think it was a 3rd-and-1, and they called a super quick, like basically slant hook to Sutton. Sutton had half a snap on Valentine. It was easy first down. Unfortunately, whenever Green Bay has called that, it's been incomplete. Like they tried that earlier with Musgrave, and it fell incomplete. And those are the plays Green Bay has got to start connecting on. Like those have got to be staples in your offense, no matter the situation. And they can't do it. They can't do it. Scott, what was continue? Thunder 6 is still a lot when the offense can't score. I mean, yeah, that's a true. And they are not scoring right now. Jeez, this offense is just. I mean, at least they put a drive together. That's first time today we've seen that. 41 seconds to go in the half. As it shows some Packer fans with slime on their head. Why? This isn't a slime game.
All
right.
It's green. It works.
I guess. Yeah, that it is. It is green. So faction statement for y'all.
I'm on the Jumbotron, so.
I don't know. Russ and shotgun taking the snap, and he's trying to find something dancing in the pocket. There's pressure, but it gets nowhere. And then he finds an open receiver. Good old Jerry Jeudy for a first down. Valentine shoves Jeudy out of bounds. 34 seconds to go in the half. Rocket knees, 0 points, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, missed field goal by Carlson, and that leads to 0. Carlson's first missed field goal. Russ and shotgun again, and what the?
Wait, who was supposed to be there?
I don't know. Completion to Perrine right in front of the line of scrimmage. There are no Packers defenders anywhere near him, so he runs off to the sideline, winds up gaining 7. 2nd and 3 now for Denver. As they're getting closer and closer to field goal range, as you see on the telecast. They are now at about the Green Bay 45. Russ takes the snap and shotgun. Again, dumps it over the top of the line to a wide open running back. Why? They just did it, and you left them wide open. So on 3rd down, you just let them do it, or 2nd down, Denver can call the exact same play. Green Bay is going to do the exact same thing and just not have anyone near the running back who's just chilling for a little curl. If they need 3 yards, God bless it. Why? Ugh. Well, Denver now has a first down and is going to find themselves in field goal range. Real quick. 22 seconds to go in the half. First and 10, Russ and shotgun. Denver now at the 38. So a long field goal, but still possible field goal at this point. And Russ.
Oh my gosh. Make a gosh dang tackle.
Danger Russ Wilson evades pressure, evades a sack attempt, and winds up sprinting forward. Let's see who the pressure came from. It came from LVN and Enigbare, I don't know. And then he winds up missing the sack attempt. It was Kobe Wooden, the rookie, who lunged at Wilson's feet. I mean, it would have been a tough play for sure, but nonetheless, he still missed. And Wilson then runs forward for a gain of about 20. So first and Denver. First and 10 now for Denver. 14 seconds to go in the half. Okay. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's how to beat Green Bay's D. Denver figured it out. They cracked the code, as has a lot of people. 1st and 10. Russ takes the shotgun snap, throws it to absolutely no one. Throws it darn near in the stands.
Right.
9 seconds to go in the half. Incomplete pass. And hey, good news. Green Bay gets the ball to start off the second half. So, good news. Yeah.
Hey, Blippi.
Oh, yeah. I do watch too much Blippi. All right, 2nd and 10. 9 seconds to go in the half. And they're not even going to screw around with any more plays. They're just going to take their attempted 9-0 lead into the half. 9 seconds to go. Will Lutz now out there on 2nd and 10, and he kicks it straight through the uprights. 35-yard field goal attempt is good. And Denver is now in the lead 9-0 over the Green Bay Packers. 5 seconds to go in the half. So Green Bay is going to have just enough time for the kickoff to go over Nixon's head, and then they'll come out and take a kneel. Because what we do at the end of the half every week. 9-0 Denver. Well, is this the part we could use the word rebuild as a safeguard from Chris? Depends on what kind of safeguard you mean. If it's a safe word, time to get the hell out of here. But Chris, yeah, I mean, I still don't like that word for Green Bay. Like, they're a team in transition. They're a team, frankly, they're a team that's pretty well broken right now. We can say that. The offense either puts together a drive that ends in nothing because inevitably someone screws up after 10 plays, or they wind up going 3 and out because the first play they doesn't even work. And then the defense is, bend but don't break until they break. And today, I will say the defense has done I'm not going to say the defense has done a fine job, but the defense has given up 9 points. That's it. And he's Nixon was going to return it. He was going to return it from 10 yards deep in the end zone, but it don't matter because his foot apparently touched the white at the back of the end zone. Hey. Thunder field goals might be enough to best this vanilla offense. Yeah. I don't know if you guys caught it, but a couple weeks ago, I talked about how, LaFleur in his in a press conference a couple weeks ago talked about let's see. Oh, Packers actually running a play. They're actually running a play, and they run the ball. All right, nice stat pickup for Emmanuel Wilson.
Right.
Quick snap handoff to Emmanuel Wilson, who picks up about 14 on a run, and that's the end of the half. Hey, Volt. Okay, so I don't know if you got it a couple weeks ago, but Matt LaFleur basically said in a press conference, I think this was 2 weeks ago, maybe right before the bye, LaFleur expressed that Green Bay, week over week, is essentially carrying over the same game plan week to week and then making tweaks. Like most times, you've got your overall playbook, right? And then you pick a subsection, rewrite a subsection, whatever, per whoever you're going against in a given week. The master of that and the guy who really set it up well in the NFL was Bill Belichick, when he would launch completely different defenses every single week in the Patriots' heyday. Well, now offenses basically do the same thing to a lesser degree because they still stay in the framework of their philosophy. Well, anyway, LaFleur expressed that week over week, because they're so young, they've decided not to rewrite a portion of the playbook. They're essentially carrying over from week to week 90% of the same plays. And about 3 weeks ago, all of the defenses figured that out. And Green Bay has not figured out or is not good enough to adapt to that. And this is what you see. So, Mick, how many plays in the opening drive of the second half? All right. Packers' best offense is in the third quarter throughout the course of the season. So, I'm going to give them 8. Let's say an 8-play drive coming out of halftime. Let's go with that. All right. Mike Clements, will Green Bay come out a different team second half? I'd really, really like them to.
It will be nice.
Earlier in the season, when Green Bay was looking successful, like go back in time, when Green Bay was looking good, they were doing halftime adjustments better than really most eras of the Matt LaFleur tenure. So if this were last year's team, are they going to come out different? I'd say absolutely not. This year, they at least stand a chance. It doesn't look like it right now. Logic is going to dictate no, but they have done it this year, so maybe. Big Al, why are we not using Aaron Jones and making him the focal point of the offense? I have a suspicion that what we're going to see in the post-game interview of Matt LaFleur is it's going to be said something to the effect of he was still questionable coming into the game, and we were limiting his snaps because the hamstring still isn't right or whatever. Like, I got a feeling that's coming, Big Al. They at least used him more than the last time he played. So something. Positive energy is all great, but then there is reality. Well, yeah. But like, what is me being pissed in Sheboygan, Wisconsin going to do for the Green Bay Packers? Nothing. I get being pissed, but like, come on, it's been weeks of the Packers looking like this. At some point, we just got to get used to it. Commando G-Man, tough hack. Better team would have us down 17. Yeah, they are down 9-0. They're not losing by 40. Don Welsh. Hey, Don, how you doing? That's rock bottom. Pitiful. I can't be patient no more. The Flower is a great coach. LOL. Maybe they can get even softer. I mean, Don, take a breath, man. No, things aren't going well. But, like, I don't think LaFleur's getting fired. Leave now or at the end of the year. I'm telling you, like, they could have gone 3-14 this year, and LaFleur probably hangs on to his job. What it is. Yeah, I mean, I've been talking about this all first half. They're young, they're broken, they're playing like crap. All can be true at the same time. WHS Pioneer, the Packers are who everyone outside of Wisconsin thought they'd be. Yeah, to an extent. I think they're still probably even a little bit better. I mean, there were some national pundits saying that like the Packers are going to be 3-14. I mean, they already got 2 wins. You figure they can luck themselves into a couple more. So, I mean, to a degree, yeah. The Kebbles, the last 4 games of the 2021 season, someone called out that GB was only running 8 plays 98.2% of the time, and it showed up big against the 49ers that divisional game. Oh, dang, I don't remember that at all. That's a super interesting tidbit, like Kebbles. 2021 season, someone called out that GB was only running 8 plays 98.2% of the time. Frankly, that's kind of damning of the coach. I'm not going to deny that. Steve is real. Yeah. All joking aside now, LaFleur should just play football and quit this dink and dunk plays, all these trickery, rickery plays. I think they'd love to go down deeper. But the problem is they've been bad when throwing the ball deep to this point. The line has not been able to protect Love long enough for routes to develop. The receivers aren't creating enough separation when going deep.
Or running the right route.
Yeah, I think they'd love to expand it, but they're not experiencing any success when doing so. So the most success that they're having offensively right now is on drives like you just saw the Packers' last one to close out the half, where it was a lot of dink and dunk, but it was moderately successful. And that they actually got themselves into field goal range, which at this point is a win. Hey. Chris, I think the trick plays are a good idea in catching the other team off balance, but I agree there has to be a weakness when doing trick plays. Yeah, do it too much and suddenly they're not so tricky. They just become expected. Hey, all right, Mick, which of the 8 plays will be a long completion to a speedster? Go blocking, go. Yeah, right. They need that blocking. Play a long completion or a long attempt. All right, so a long. They're going to try it early. I got myself a feeling to rattle some cages and get themselves moving. In terms of an actual long completion, play 5 feels right. Let's go with play 5 out of the 8-play drive. I like that, Nick. Rockin' Knee saying, if we still have 0 points beginning of 4th quarter, throw Clifford in there. Maybe it will spark the offense. Well, I mean, I understand your thinking, but it's not going to happen. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just not. It's not going to happen. Anthony, tough first half of Packers from what I heard are a second half team. You ain't kidding, Anthony. That is very much true. Offensively speaking, their best quarter all year long has been the third quarter, partly because earlier in the year, they were very successful at making halftime adjustments, which has not been their MO for like 4 years now. So the last couple of weeks hasn't been as successful, but still, they're still the most successful quarter is the third quarter. So let's see. All we can do. Big Al saying, why are we still questioning if Jordan Love is still our QB for the future and it's been week 7? Because I think you just said it, because it's week 7. I mean, Mark Murphy said before the year started that they won't know until weeks 8 or 9 what they have in Jordan Love, right? And that was based on the assumption that Love would actually have his full cavalry of wide receivers to throw to, that the line wouldn't take a massive step back, and that Aaron Jones would actually probably play once in a while. So, I was talking earlier about how, like, I'm not going to say it's unfair, but it is very difficult to create an honest assessment of Love when you have so many receiver errors. The blocking has been subpar per what the expectations were. Go back to when the blocking was amongst the best in the NFL, weeks 1 and 2. Love looked like the guy. Like, we were all screaming, like, we found him. Like, and then now, fast forward, wide receivers are seemingly playing worse. The return of Watson really threw off a lot of rhythm in the passing game, like it did. Somehow the passing game got worse when Watson came back, and Love and Watson do not have a strong chemistry. That was the case even in training camp when I was talking about it. It's still the case. So it's an offense of broken parts right now, that just the parts are greater than the sum. And it's really hard to, now Love has not been perfect. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve criticism. He does. His decision-making has gone downhill as the pass blocking has gone downhill. His accuracy has been a problem all year long, especially the deeper down the field it goes. There are issues, but it's very difficult to give a true evaluation when he's not surrounded by even remotely close to the team that they were expecting around him. Packers fan 12, Caleb Williams, here we come. Hey, Caleb Williams doesn't exactly look great for a few weeks either. I'm just saying. They lost back-to-back games too. Packers fan 12, I picked the Broncos to win. That is a bold statement, sir. Or maybe ma'am, I don't know, Packers fan 12, but bold statement to pick the team in the lead at the half to win. Bold. But yeah, it's looking that way. Chris, can we take a moment to thank all the new Packer fans here? There's a hair number here. It looks like welcome and subscribe. Thank you, Chris. Yes. Right. Welcome and subscribe. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for everybody for being here. Hey, Chris, back to your point earlier. I said I would talk about it at halftime. A little trade deadline primer. I did one earlier this week. I think it was like on Monday of this week. I did a trade deadline video. Basically, coming up, trade deadline is October 31st. It's Halloween this year. The last time that the Packers acquired a player in trade, once you got like past week 1, the last time that they acquired a player in trade in season was in 2016. Niall Davis for a 7th round pick. And he's a running back from Kansas City. So it's not like they're really apt to do it. But I mean, there does seem to be, there's enough talk around the Packers potentially being buyers at this deadline that maybe it's real, or maybe they're just involved in conversations. Again, who knows? But there is a few players out there who could be had that would create sparks. I mean, you were playing against 2 of them today. Denver has said to this point that they're willing to sell off more defense, but realistically, Denver's pretty wide open for sale, in which case Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton are the 2 that are really talked about. If you want to look at the running back position, I think he's going to be really expensive, but perhaps Javonte Williams could be had for the right price. But other than that, like, if you're searching for players that might be available on the trade block, you're looking for teams that are either currently rebuilding or are unexpectedly rebuilding. Someone like the Patriots, the Panthers, I listed a bunch of other teams in the video, but like the Giants, maybe even if they're ready to tear it down. And anyone that the Packers pick is going to be young. Like if they make a trade to acquire a player, it's going to be a young guy who they want to fit into the future vision of the team. So keep that in mind as well. In terms of sellers, the Packers, if they do wind up selling, then you're looking at guys who are realistically in the last year of their contract. Someone like maybe AJ Dillon, maybe Keyshawn Nixon is a name that would make a lot of sense to me personally to trade away, amongst others. But realistically, that's kind of what you're looking at. So super quick primer there on the trade deadline. If you want more details, I'll talk about it more as we get closer to the deadline over the course of this week too. But go watch Monday's video. I do a more thorough breakdown of the deadline there for you. So, Big Al, how come Yosh Nijman is not part of the starting lineup? I feel like he could help a lot. I don't know. No one knows, frankly. Like, that's the thing. Stenovich a few weeks ago made some really, like, I forget what the exact words were, but made some really kind of harsh comments about Yosh. And then the next day, LaFleur in his press conference, like, cleaned it up. Yosh has certainly found himself in the doghouse, and I don't know why. And even like reporters around the team have said the same thing. The guys who are in the locker room each day covering the team, they've said the same thing. Like, they don't know what's going on with Yosh. You got to think, if Yosh is still the guy that he was last year, you got to think kicking Tom into the interior and putting Yosh out at right tackle would probably be a step in the right direction. Earlier in the year, I didn't necessarily support that, because Tom was doing so well at right tackle, but Tom hasn't done as well at right tackle since that knee injury. So maybe he needs to go to a place where he doesn't have to slide as much, which case kick him to the interior. And, I'm with you. I'm just saying no one's got an answer right now, me very much included, but it's not great. All right, here we go. We're back for the second half. Kick out of the end zone. Green Bay going to take over with the ball at the 25. Let's just catch up on a couple real quick here before we get the play off. Packers are making any trades to bring in players. Might trade a player or two away, though. Packers aren't buyers. Yeah, I got you. Pioneer rebuilding like the Packers. Yeah, kind of. But I think the Packers are not, maybe not rebuilding wasn't the right word, but like fire sailing, tanking, whatever you want to say. The Packers are not in that position where they're going to completely just sell off everyone, right? There are a couple teams that do fit that mold, though. And that's what I was more so referring to. Hand off to Jones from Love, and Jones breaks one tackle, pushes forward, gain of about 6, setting up 2nd and 4. Their team is on the field. They will not make any significant changes. I do agree with that, Thunder. I think the most likely course at the trade deadline is nothing. Another quiet deadline for Green Bay. I think that's the most likely path. Oh my goodness, the receiving leader has 14 yards for Green Bay. Oh, okay, Love taking the snap, drop it back, throw in David's play 2. And it's incomplete to Dobbs. Oh, Mick, didn't I say play 2? They would attempt it. Come on, Mick. All right, so 3rd and 4 now is going to be the play. God.
Couldn't bring it in.
I mean, Dobbs elevated for it. Hit him in the hands. Dobbs, you got to make that catch, man. I know he was covered, but that's just, the Packers have to start kind of, they just got to get some of those. Man, 3rd and 4. Love now 3rd and 4 in shotgun, making some adjustments at the line. 1 second on the play clock. He gets the snap off, drops back. 3rd and 4, and he finds receiver Dontavian Wicks across the middle. There we go. Wicks getting up to midfield there. Cool stat about Wicks going around this week. Apparently, against man coverage, he's one of the top receivers in the NFL. Granted, small sample size, but one of the top receivers in the NFL at getting separation against man coverage. So, should be more snaps coming for Wicks. And Wicks broke a tackle there as well. Nicely done, Dontavian Wicks. All right, let me keep seeing here. First 10. I do want to acknowledge a couple of these comments. I just want to do so in the when there's not actual play action going on. So Love taking the snap. Packers now nearing midfield. And that was a quick slant to Dobbs. I think the throw was just low.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even I kind of lost it in the sun. Pioneer saying Razul, maybe Preston Smith. I don't think they're going to move on from Razul. Razul's got a whole nother year in his contract. Just doesn't seem to me like the Packers are going to move on from that. He's playing. It's like he's playing too well that they don't want to give him away because he's got a whole nother year in his deal, and it's not overly expensive for his level of play either. So I just don't see them moving Razul. Preston, kind of the same deal. They would absorb Love and shotgun hands off to Dylan. I forget the exact number, but trading away Preston would incur a decent dead cap
Flag
charge.
on the play.
And that's going to make the Packers not want to do it. I think Preston's departure is post next year. His contract seems to make the most sense. It's the most easily get outable after next year. And he's still their best run defending edge. So for a team that sucks at defending the run.
Okay, just kidding. No flag on the play.
Oh, neat. So Preston may be a valuable asset to someone looking to acquire if they want that kind of guy, but like, I don't know. Oh, look at that. Opening drive points in the second half of the season. Good. That's a good thing. Green Bay first, Denver's defense last. All right, 3rd and 6 for Green Bay. And we're at the 48, it does appear. They're in Denver territory. Watson in motion. Denver in zone. Love runs forward. Love breaks the tackle, turns forward. First down for Jordan Love. Woo! First down, Green Bay. Jordan Love on the move.
I love it when Jordan Love just takes off.
Yeah. I said that in the pregame video, not to toot my own horn, but like Matt LaFleur, I believe one change he does have to make is embrace the fact that Jordan Love is a young mobile quarterback who operates best in rhythm. He is not what Aaron Rodgers was the last couple of years. Like, just to compare, that means you as a coach have to call your offense completely differently. More rolling him out, more bootlegs. And I know it's tough with no protection, but you got to get Love on the move. 1st and 10 now for Green Bay. Handoff to Dylan, who trucks through somebody.
There's
Good job,
the
AJ.
Dylan that we know and love. Gain of 9.
Gain of 9. And Josh Myers, the Packers slow to get up, holding his knee, and he got a big limp. That's a big boy with a big limp. Roll, Reggie.
Oh, he's going back down.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's definitely going out. All right. Mick, in which week of the season will Luke Tenuta compete in the offensive line shuffle that has to come as the season progresses? Luke Tenuta is not yet on the 53. He's still in the... Is he practicing even yet? I'm not sure. I'm going to look up exact details for you, Mick. But basically, he's still hurt. So my hope, personally, I want to see Luke Tenuta try it on the interior. It's happening. Big Al. Where's Big Al? It's happening for you, bud. Yash Diamond's on the field warming up. Zach Tom was just doing warm-up snaps. It's coming. Yash Diamond's coming on the field. Zach Tom moving to center. This is the wish I was waiting for. We'll see how it goes. Big Al. I'm happy for you. Mick, it's really hard to say, like, because I don't even think he's totally practicing yet. I got to look up exact details, but it's going to be a bit yet for Tenuta. I just want to try him inside. I want to see it. Tenuta has a little bit of experience on the interior. What do you got to lose? Try it. Rocket Knees. Jordan Love is going to be fine. Matt LaFleur is a panicky coach. Example in this game, he called a timeout on 3rd and 1 when Wilson had the first down. If this was Rodgers, LaFleur's getting yelled at. Yeah, that much is true for sure. Yeah. I personally, I know not everyone's there, but I'm still a Jordan Love believer.
Me too.
I think when I look at the overall, like the totality of the offense, I don't look at Jordan Love like he's the problem. Like, there's other offenses in the league that you watch, right? And you just look at that quarterback and go, oh, okay, like the pieces around you are exemplary and you're trash. I don't see that with this offense. I see a quarterback who sometimes is running for his life and sometimes is throwing to dudes who are very much covered. So I'm still a Jordan Love believer, and that doesn't mean he's going to be the next great, but still think he's got plenty of tools. I mean, even Patrick Surtain, the corner for the Denver Broncos, talked this week about how Jordan Love's ability to diagnose the defense and make the throws thus far has been very impressive. Patrick Surtain is a pretty legitimate source for that kind of info. So, yeah, I still believe in Jordan Love. Just lots of stuff we got to fix. WH Pioneer, that means Newman. Not right now. Don't look like it. Looks like Zach Thomas moved to center. Yash to right tackle. Like Hebbels, bench Myers. Out comes Newman. Wait, I was just upset. Please go back. Yeah. Hey, this is the right decision with Myers going out. Don't trot Newman out at center. That would be a disaster. But, and then Pioneer, they have a third rounder from last year that is a guard. Yes, Sean Ryan. And I've talked a lot about why is Sean Ryan not ahead on the depth chart of Royce Newman? I will never understand it. We got some trickery.
Hey, a trick play.
Hey! So on 2nd and 2, Love drops back, throws it to the left-hand side. Wicks behind the line. Wicks then, in true quarterback style, throws the ball across the field to an open Aaron Jones for a Green Bay Packer first down.
Love it.
That was
love it
nice.
when trick plays really work.
That was nice. Wicks of all people, too. Oh, and Wicks is a lefty. I didn't know that. Not a perfect throw, but a good enough throw.
I love it.
All right, so now we got deep motion by Reed. Love taking the snap and shotgun, and Love, come on. All right, so that was a broken play. I mean, Love took the snap and shotgun, and frankly, like Yash just kind of got beat around the right side. That's not totally like obviously it was Yash's fault to let his man push him that far back, but also like first snap in the game after being cold. That's not surprising. You see that a lot with O-linemen who come in as subs. So is what it is. But Love not able to get a good throw off as he was getting hit on the right. And 2nd and 10 now for Green Bay. But yeah, anyway, Pioneer, I was talking about Sean Ryan, and like I don't understand for the life of me how Ryan's not above
run. AJ Dillon gaining 5.
Especially because in the preseason, Ryan was outperforming Newman. But we know that the Packers coaching staff, specifically the offensive line coach, especially Stenovich, value experience over youth. They're the only position on the team that's unequivocally that case. To me, no. If you got to play Royce Newman, put in Sean Ryan. It's not going to go any worse than playing Newman. 3rd and 4 now for the Green Bay Packers. Packers they're on the Denver 11. Love throwing to the end zone. No, Dobbs was very, very, very covered. That play was not happening. 4th and 4 for Green Bay. Packers with the ball on the 11. They basically just tried kind of a goal line fade to Dobbs. The throw was too high. Dobbs was well covered. Just bad all the way around. Yeah, Dobbs, that throw was overthrown. Dobbs didn't have a chance. And then it didn't really matter. So on 4th and 4, out comes Carlson for attempt number 2 in the thin Denver air. Thunder Wicks for quarterback. Hey, man, that throw was low. But, yeah, that was a really fun play. Carlson with the kick. This one's good. Carlson returning to form. And the Green Bay Packers are on the board now. 9-3. Oh, I got to get. Well, then, I can do that. Hey, there you go. I mean, Mick. I was, how many plays was that drive? I'm curious. Broncos 9, Packers 3. There we go. Should be updated. Yeah, how many plays was that drive? Was that right? That'd be neat. Mike Clement saying this reminds me of the Packers during the 70s. Oh, don't put that evil on us, Mike. Come on now. Don't tell me we've fallen that far. Granted, I wasn't around. I just know how bad they were. Don't spread that evil around. They're struggling. That's all. Pioneer horrible pass. Yeah, that was not a good throw from Love. That wasn't good. And Dobbs was completely blanketed. Anyway, I have a feeling that was probably a quick read play call or a one read where like there's not a lot of other options besides you are throwing that fade. And there you have it. Yep. Like Evil's halftime adjusts, knocking out your own center. Unusual, but if it works, whatever works, right? But yeah. I don't wonder if this is their best offensive line moving forward. Earlier in the year, pre that knee injury, I didn't want to move Tom. Tom was one of the best right tackles in the league at pass blocking in the first few weeks. And then he got that knee injury. He has not been the same since the knee injury. He's given up a ton of pressures. Now I don't wonder if this is actually the best formation of the line. And if Myers needs to go try at guard, I'm down for that. Maybe he can be better than Jon and Jr. at this point. But whatever works. Thunder, hey, heck, Thunder, they got some points on the board. 9-3.
Right.
Kebbles, I'll add TikTok sound effects. You go, Chris. You go, Chris. All right. 9-3. There you have it. They're at least on the board. Does anyone have an injury update about Myers? Has anyone been said anything out there? Like Kebbles, you're normally the injury guru. And I know I said you're busy too, but if anyone's out there that knows what the talk is around Myers right now, or if he's probable, questionable, whatever, I'm obviously not reading news as we're sitting here. So also, if anyone could, if there's any other injuries, let me know, because we don't know.
Clue.
Like I was with you about not moving Tom when he was balling. Yeah, right. Like first couple weeks of the year, he's one of the best right tackles in the league. Tackle's more valuable than right guard. So leave him at right tackle. But we cannot say that to be the case anymore. Ever since that knee injury, he changed. So, Steve is really saying Myers is coming back in. I mean, I don't hate Myers as much as most. I still recognize that Myers is above average at pass pro. But right now, I'm just kind of in the mood of shake up anything. And if that was the change you needed to shake some stuff up, all right. Yash probably didn't help himself by getting beat on his very first snap. It's understandable he did, but he probably didn't help himself much. Steve. Wyatt and Savage and Stokes are ruled out. Okay, I didn't know any of that. I have thoughts. All right, so Russell taking the snap, dropping back, throwing to the right. Valentine, yep. Valentine was more than one step behind that time. Completion of Judy for darn near 20. First down for Denver. Holy buckets. Oh, yeah, Valentine's just straight up got beat on that one. 10 minutes to go in the third. Wow, Wyatt and Savage and Stokes. That's so much with Jair already out. Come on. Russ under center takes the snap, hands it off. That one is Javonte Williams, who breaks the tackle and is trucking. That's a gain of about 23 on the ground. Cool.
Okay, defense.
Good Lord. Yeah. Oh, Steve Wyatt got caught up in the first. Yeah, I saw you mention that earlier. I just didn't know that. I didn't know that he was like out. But that ain't good. Nixon not able to wrap up, getting pushed away by Williams there. Gotta tell you guys, I haven't been impressed with Nixon. I feel like a jerk for saying that, but I just haven't this year. Handoff to Williams again. Williams.
Oh my gosh, breaks free again. Another missed tackle.
See, now it's starting to look like Denver or Atlanta, where they just can't tackle. McDuffie tried to get around there, didn't matter. Rasul missed the tackle. Rasul's been their second best tackler in the secondary after Rudy Ford. Speaking of Rudy Ford, he's had a quiet day. But Rasul can't miss that tackle. 2nd and 1 for Denver following the 9-yard carry. And a handoff to their fullback.
Nice loss of yards.
Handoff to their fullback, who is absorbed by Quay Walker the millisecond he got the ball.
Read that like a book.
Hey, so I got to ask, with Stokes, is Stokes out of the game because of his leg? Like, is it the same leg? Or did he get a concussion? Like, I haven't seen anything about Stokes at all. So, God, I hope it's not the same leg. Oh. Pioneers saying paying a kick returner big money is a waste with new rules. Yeah, I mean, he's an all-pro, so he was already going to get some money, right? But last year, he played better as a nickel than he has to this point this year. That's been a big disappointment, in my opinion. Not that he was great last year, but he was better than this. Throwaway for
Flag on
Russ.
the
We got a
play.
flag on the play. Ay. Big Al saying should have re-signed Corey Linsley, then drafting Josh Myers. Yeah, positive thoughts to Corey Linsley, by the way, who recently got diagnosed with a heart condition and has now been put on IR by the Chargers. But
Jeez.
yeah, that was a faux pas, no doubt about it. That was a mistake.
Green Bay, Jonathan Owens. Hold it.
Owens in for relief of Savage and then hold somebody. Oh, I mean,
I do love how every time they talk about Jonathan Owens, he is the husband of Simone Biles. Because it's so just, it's funny. Because normally it's flipped.
yeah. Wilson and shotgun, empty set all around him. Takes a snap. It don't matter. We got a flag. The Cowboys wins the bye week to get healthy. Oh, yeah. The Packers got worse during the bye week. Hey, false start against Denver. All right. Back it up. Mike McGlinchey with the Stokes. It's a hamstring. Dan saying it's a hamstring. Okay. So, Jesus. Another hamstring? That ain't good.
What's wrong with our hamstrings?
Everything. Everyone has bad hamstrings on the Green Bay Packers at this point. Pioneer offense had a long drive and halftime. Defense should be rested. Yes. This time
they're
they
running
should.
the ball, and they're stopped about a 4-yard gain for Denver.
Yeah, no, Pioneer. I'm with you this time. This is just bad. I got nothing else. Like now they're just bad. Stokes is very fast, but kind of like that little brother that stumbles sometimes. His motor's faster than his legs can carry him.
Right.
Yeah, my toddler looks like that sometimes.
Right.
Corey Linsley, underrated key to that 2020 Dream offense. You ain't kidding, LeKevels. He really was. Russ Wilson now in shotgun, takes the snap, 2nd and 10 for Denver. He turns right, fires to the wide receiver, Cortland Sutton, who quick little hook back.
By Rasul.
Yep. So 6-yard gain. Because see, again, those are the plays that Green Bay has to learn to master. That was so simple, right? Sutton in one-on-one coverage, able to run like 8 yards up the field and then turn around and come back. It's easy, an easy 6 yards. Denver makes it look piece of cake. And Green Bay can't do that play to save their lives. And that's the play they got to get, or plays like it, plays of that variety. Green Bay has got to get in the playbook to start making 3rd down easier. 3rd down for Denver, and
It's touchdown.
What the hell just happened? Okay, so Russ drops back, throws it to Sutton, who
was covered by Douglas.
Yeah, Douglas was the closest defender. Sutton was wide open. Wilson just kind of airdropped that in there.
Yeah. What?
Okay. Well, I'm confident of a couple things. I don't think Douglas was supposed to be the closest Packer to him. Someone did something wrong. I want to watch that again to see for sure because I didn't catch all the jersey numbers, but like unless that was one of the rare times where they were in man coverage, and I don't know. Steve is real. My hamstrings are shot to hell in there. That's one thing I'm very fortunate to say. I've never suffered a hamstring injury, so good. Feel fortunate that way. Eric Stokes is going to be the next Kevin King, and it's only his 3rd year. Injury-wise, he's trending that way fast. But, like last year's injury was massive. Like he wound up getting screws in his ankle. There were foot problems there too. Like it was a very ugly injury. For him to come back, not even 1 calendar year after is very good. I just, when a guy comes back from a long-term injury and immediately pulls something, is it a conditioning problem? Is it the fact that the muscles in rehab haven't been pulled that hard and then suddenly they clench when they're getting asked to do more than they've been asked to do in rehab? It's just always things that pop into my head when a dude comes back hurt and then gets re-hurt right away. Maybe. Pioneer, Gary's been quiet. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Like Hebble's hamstring is a fast guy injury. Didn't expect it to be all the fast guys. No wonder Rogers likes this slow. No wonder he likes the slow guy. Yeah. Yeah, right. It is. Hamstring is a fast guy injury. And you're right. It has affected darn near every fast guy on the team. Start putting Rasul Douglas in some braces or something. Pioneer, and they've broken. Indeedy. Basically, on offense and defense, the Packers look out-coached. Yeah. I mean, I think it's more than that, though, in my opinion. Like, they're getting outplayed, too. Like, it's if the Packers were executing a game plan well, fine. Then you can say that they're getting out-coached because, like, they're actually doing the game plan, but broken. They're straight up getting outplayed. When teams play the Packers, they either are cursed after or become good. No in between. Forgot who said it. Yeah, it's true, though. Like, for a while there, a couple of years ago, the Packers had this crazy streak, I remember, of like they would play a team and then coach got fired. Like, it was like they would go out, be successful, and coach would get fired. Like, it was a nice streak they had going. And now it seems as though the luck has reversed. That play Green Bay and you get to right yourselves, except for Vegas, who played terribly today against Chicago. They played far worse against Chicago than they played against Green Bay. Nonsense. Scott, the Broncos were supposed to be a good team. Yeah, I mean, they were. Like last year was the year of expectations for them, right? And then they completely dropped the bag last year, and now this year they've just looked like a dumpster fire so much. Although obviously the Miami game stands out when they gave up 70, but they played Denver. Love going deep to Watson making the catch. That's a big first down for Green Bay. 6:05 to go in the third. I got to update the score. I'm sorry, everybody. But it is 16-3 Denver. So used to you doing that, man.
I know, I'm sorry. My stream got all messed up.
It's all good. 16-3 Denver now. Okay. Yeah, but Kansas City played terribly last week, but Denver showed up against Kansas City, lost by only 11 to Kansas City. Let me take the snap here, and then I'll address that. Pitch out to Dylan, and loss of 2. I just went nowhere. There were too many bodies there. It's like this team just doesn't care, and that's what makes it so infuriating. Sorry, I'm watching and processing at the same time. That was my massive complaint last year, Kemptown boy. Sorry, you rendered me speechless. Love takes the snap under center, hands it off to Dylan. Dylan actually gets something this time, gains about 4. But that was the thing last year that like really got me. Like, you had a veteran team last year, and yet the whole adage of them was like, relax, we'll be fine. It's all good. We don't need to get uppity. We'll be fine. And I think that's still a part of the culture. Like, that feeling is still in the air around Green Bay. The thing for me is, like, you would love a young team to be really scrappy, right? Like Detroit was a couple years ago when they were more like up and coming. They were really scrappy. And you see that a lot with bad young teams, that you at least want them to be scrappy. And I very much get that. I guess it just doesn't bother me as much this year because it doesn't feel like, to me, like there were times last year, like the Giants game, where if the Green Bay Packers just would have been pissed, just would have lined up at the line of scrimmage and said, you know what? We're better than you, and we're going to run it down your throat. They could have won against the Giants and then the Jets. But this year, I don't have the faith to be like, you know what? If we line up, we're better than you, and we're going to get it. Because I don't think they are. So I guess it just feels to me like love and shotgun 3rd and 7. Takes the snap, rolls right or begins to before the pass rush gets to the right. Love then slings it deep to nobody except for a defender.
But there's a flag on the play.
Simmons darn near got that pick. He was the only human around the ball. But my overall point is like, all right, so it's going to be a first down as it's holding on Denver. But the thing, watching the Packers, I don't watch this team and just be like, boy, if they were just pissed, they'd be better. Nope. Like, to me, it just doesn't strike me that way. If this team were angry, they're still going to screw up all the time. So they got to fix the screw ups in order to be good, not just get pissed. Pioneer, it's amazing how much penetration the Packers get running the ball. Yeah, it really is. This line is not built to run block in any way, shape, or form, and that needs to be addressed from a personnel standpoint. And Elton Jenkins, I will point out too, as Love does play action, fires over to the right where Musgrave is, and Musgrave gains 3. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Elton Jenkins is another guy. He's supposed to be their road grader, their run blocker. Ever since his knee injury earlier this year, he hasn't been the same, even close. And in order for them to run the ball effectively, he's got to be that guy. And he hasn't been. By the way, offensively, scheme-wise, can I just say, can we stop using Luke Musgrave 2 yards down the field? Like, he's a big, fast dude. Use him like a big, fast dude. Not a break tackle dude. He's not a good break tackle dude. He sucked at that in college, too.
Love.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
What are you doing?
I don't know if he expected Jones to turn the corner. Regardless, Love drops back, throws off to the left. That's an incomplete pass to Jones, who was kind of running a sweep.
And covered.
But Jones was going in. The pass went out. I don't know.
Now Jones is leaving the field.
Yeah.
Because that's going to help us.
It's easy to forget without Tay, Rogers, David Lazard, and Lewis. This team is brand new to the offensive staff, learning to walk again. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the coaching is learning this team. And that sounds so oversimplistic and like, well, yeah, they should. They get paid so much to do it.
There we go.
Yeah, completion to Reed. That's a first down. And like, I get the sentiment, but yeah, they're learning these guys. And it's tough to learn them all at the same time. Nice. That's the way that's supposed to work. Good job, Reed. You just would love to see Reed be able to pull away from that tackle there. And that's why he's pissed at the end there too. He wishes that he could have ripped that and just kept going because he had space for sure. But Love kind of in pistol, takes the snap, hands off to Jones.
Right.
Jones working his way through the line, runs for a first down, gain of about 11. Gives the Packers a first down. 3 minutes to go in the third. Packers putting together a little drive here again. I think that might have put them in the red zone or darn close. There we go. See, they're working. Just it's ugly, but they're working.
That ain't pretty, but we might get there.
Pioneer defensive penalty saves the day again. Yeah, it helps. That I know you're talking about the one earlier this drive. It helps. Can't complain. We'll take any help we can get at this point. Love and shotgun. Jones off to the left. He takes the snap on 1st and 10. Hands to Jones. Jones gains 2. Following the line of scrimmage as he's brought down by the Denver linebacker. Which Packers team was talented, 2020 or 2021? Big Al, I think you're like saying which team was more talented. Which team was more talented, 20 or 21? I want to say 20. 20 had a real magical feel to it until Dave's injury. And then it just felt sad. And then they played that way in the playoffs. So, but 2020 had like this had a really instinct feel. Hey!
My God.
Touchdown! Love finds Dobbs in the end zone, who was covered.
And he is not letting go. He says, this is my ball.
But equally, Dobbs and the defender had that ball, but Dobbs gets the touchdown, 16-yard touchdown from J-Love to Romeo Dobbs. Packers on the board in a bigger way now.
All right.
Oh, Surtain nearly made a hell of a pick.
Yeah.
A diving interception nearly, but Dobbs does. I mean, that's Dobbs's ball. He's got control of it. So that's a touchdown, Green Bay.
It's in the center of his body. He's got it.
Oh, that would have been
and
a
he's
hell of a
not
pick.
giving it up.
Woo! Touchdown, Green Bay. And Carlson with the extra point is good, and they've cut the deficit to 16-10. All right, folks. See, now we got to feel a little bit of positivity because they cut it down to a one score deficit. Kind of. I mean, I'm just going to say, feels a little bit like the New Orleans game. Just going to say it. All right. Running back in Walmart because I forgot something. He's a big, fast dude. It's true. Luke Musgrave was drafted to be a big, fast dude. So use him like a big, fast dude. He ain't always complicated. Pioneer, not a big fan of showing off when down by 2 scores. You know, I used to feel that way, Pioneer. I think it's I don't know. I know for sure. I'm trying to think. There was one thing said to me years ago that like changed my thinking on that. And it is one thing if you're getting destroyed like by 40 versus you're still in it. And Green Bay is still very much in it right now. And I wish I had it off the top of my head. I know I'm going to think of this as soon as the stream ends. It's going to royally piss me off. But I very, very much understand the sentiment, but it doesn't bother me like it used to. Steve, hey Steve, how you doing? This is not a well coached. Hey, come on now, they just got a touchdown. But yeah, I mean, I've been saying it all game. It's not just the coaching, it's not just the players. It's the problem that it's everything. And it is what it is to this point. It is what it is. Steve, I miss the Gravedigger. Man, I do too. Remember in week 1, TJ Slayton made this huge run stop and then did a little dig? TJ Slayton's got to become that guy. He just does. He wears number 93. He did the dig. We haven't seen the dig since like week 1. Gotta get back to that. But yeah, man, I miss that attitude for sure. 2020 would have kicked 2021's butt. The defense was better than we gave credit for, too. The Kevin King play was because of a total snafu on the head coach and defensive coordinator, but 2021 was very special, too. Yeah, that play, I mean, what is it? I'm trying to remember the exact story, but like Barry and LaFleur have openly admitted that they miscommunicated the crap out of it. And 2, Kevin King was hurt. Kevin King had no business being in that position, more or less out on the field at all that day. That was vexing at the time. It still is vexing to this day. Kevin King had no business being put in that decision or in that position. But yeah, 2020, that David Bakhtiari's injury in 2020 completely killed that Packer team. Commando G-Man, thank you, Dobbs, for fighting. Good to see. Good to see. Miserable Go, what's up, man? Just reaching home. Interesting how the game will end. Yes, it is. Packers have made it a 1-score game. Minute 46 to go in the third. Defense now needs to ride some momentum and come out. Like defense, the defense cannot allow a 12-play, 10-minute garbage drive for Denver here. The defense has to come out and get the ball back to the offense. The offense actually did their job for a change. They're still debating the catch, but whatever. I don't mind guys having fun. One play and your career could be over. You are playing at maximum adrenaline, and as long as you're not Claypool with no timeouts. Yeah, I pretty much feel the same way. And again, like it's different if you're down by 40. If you're getting crushed, yeah, then hand the ball to the ref, go back. But we're still very much in it here. Hand off from Wilson to one of the running backs. Hey, defense, that's what I'm talking about. One of the running backs got the ball. I think that's Williams on the bottom of the pile there. Maybe not. Yeah, Javonte Williams, gain of about 2 straight up the middle, kind of a halfback dive. Going to set up 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8, minute 23 now to go in the third quarter for Denver. Miserable Goat, is it just me or is the injury bug camping out in Green Bay? No, not just you.
Yeah, no.
It's the thing with Green Bay this year is it's like the thing that's most frustrating is it's not just the number of injuries. It's who they're happening to. Like Kenny Clark is like coming into the year, if you'd have named the bona fide stars of the team, right? Kenny Clark's like the only one that hasn't missed multiple games. It's just obscene at this point. Now for Wyatt to go down, Wyatt's been performing pretty well. Wyatt's gone. Stokes finally comes back. He's got to go.
Come on, stuff him.
There we go.
Beautiful.
3rd and 3, and Russ hands it off. I'm guessing to Devontae, but Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark making the tackle. Send him 4th 2. See, that's what I'm talking about, defense. That's it right there. Nice job by the run defense. Yeah, Gary and Clark. Clark to shove his way in there. Gary to make sure it's finished. Well done. 4th and 2. Under 10 seconds to go in the 3rd. I would think Denver's just going to let the clock run out and start off the 4th quarter with a punt. And indeed, that is what we are doing. That is so the drive that they needed. Woo! Pioneers statutor can go out. Oh,
that was the rule dude.
Yeah, he's the ref consultant,
right? And he was basically saying because the defender, who did you say it was?
Surtain
had his feet down first with both of his hands on the ball. Technically, it should have been an interception, but they gave it to Dubs.
Oh,
because he got 2 feet on the ground first.
Oh,
but
I'm with you, Pioneer. Also, like, hasn't the call always been whoever has like predominant possession? I don't know. Like, I get maybe it's a technicality thing, but the refs got this one right.
Right, and it has stayed, so that's all that matters.
Chris Hand, even though Wilson has a habit of running out of the pockets, even on 3rd down, guess what we do too? Hashtag love forward dilly dilly.
Right.
Yeah,
I love running.
Right. Love's at his best when he can, when the offense is up tempo and he's running around and he's a young rhythm quarterback. Stop treating him like he's Aaron Rodgers to make reads and decisions and let the kids play. Oh, okay. So Pioneer's saying he got 2 feet down, but was going down. So catch wasn't finished until the ground.
Right.
Okay. All right. That's good. And then like Hebbles, isn't our inside practice building turf? The Don Hudson Center. Yes, it is. It is turf inside there. The thing that I think gets lost in the turf conversation on the whole league wide, there's lots of different types of turf. Like everything's always just kind of lumped under the mother term of like turf, and it causes injuries. There's some types of turf that cause way more injuries than other types of turf. And so in terms of what the Don Hudson has, I don't know specifics. This is just kind of an aside, but there's the conversation is so much more nuanced than, oh, they're playing on turf, they're getting hurt. There's a lot of different types of turf. And I think that needs to start entering the NFL conversation, because then we can study like what types of turf does well versus what type of turf doesn't. So I know different strokes for different folks, but that's an aside that I've been noticing as of late. Miserable Goat, if I can recall, the Seahawks got away with a similar call against us in the playoffs. Oh, you're talking about the Fail Mary. Yeah, I think that was a regular season game. That's when they had the replacement refs in. And one ref, there's the punt for Denver, nearly blocked.
Yeah.
But 4th and 2, Denver gets off the punt, and it's Nixon back there. There we go. He fields the punt, makes one dude miss, does not make the second dude miss. Winds up being a few yard return. And so Green Bay's going to have the ball. That's the MD Jennings was the safety for Green Bay that should have had an interception, but instead they ruled it as a last-second touchdown for Seattle, which gave Seattle the win. That's when they were using replacement refs too. And one ref had his arms up for touchdown. The other ref had his arms down for an interception. It's just garbage all the way around, but the NFL let it stand. Seattle won the game. I don't remember what exactly year that was in, but I know exactly what you're talking about, Miserable Goat. Hand off to Dylan. Dylan cuts up the field. That's going to go down as a gain of about 4 for Dylan, as it was kind of an outside tackle going around the left-hand side. Sets up 2nd down. Big Al, so far, who's having a better first year starting quarterback, Rodgers or Love? the thing is, like, even after the last 3 weeks of struggles for Love, their stats are not that far apart. Rogers in his first year had a 3-pick game. Love had a 3-pick game against Vegas. Second and 5, Love takes the snap under center, and he's looking around, but no one's there. So he steps forward in the pocket. There it is. Steps forward in the pocket, hits Musgrave down the field.
Flag on the play.
Gain of 15 to 20, and we got a flag.
But I do think it might be against Denver because that was
so.
a little.
I think so.
Late of a hit or something, or helmet to helmet, maybe.
I think so. But anyway, Big Al. Rogers and the offense had its ups and downs during his first year, but you didn't see this like multi-week brokenness. So I guess in that regard, I got to tip the cap to Rogers. But statistically speaking, on the whole, they're still not far apart for as many games as they are into their.
Oh yeah, that's helmet to helmet. And this dude, I'm reading the captions on the telecast. This is not his first helmet to helmet. Apparently, he has been fined multiple times for hits just like this. Looks like he's going to get another one.
They finally get Musgrave down the field and he takes a shot like that. So I guess like in that way, I got to tip the cap to Rogers. But they're honestly, like by week 7, they're not far apart. Yeah, good question though. Like Kevin's saying, I found a video of David walking into the inside facility the day he tore his ACL. Green Mile don't hurt as bad as that footage. Dang. Yeah, I haven't seen that video, but
disqualified.
Unnecessary roughness defense. Number 22. Yeah, that's Kareem Jackson, the safety. The player has been disqualified. DQ'd. Oh, that's so good.
So how do they decide whether or not somebody gets disqualified?
In a lot of ways, it comes down to ref discretion. But for instance, okay, now if Jackson was 2 steps closer, right, and he hit Musgrave just like, but he's got his arms around him and everything, right? Then the refs are probably going to go like, well, he couldn't really control his head.
He's trying to do a good hit.
Maybe we'll still call a penalty, but like he wasn't targeting a dude's head, right? The refs here, in order to DQ Jackson, feel as though Jackson intentionally had space to do something different, yet chose
he
to.
Didn't even.
Oh yeah, you see it.
He tucked his arms.
Right, he chose to tuck his arms and lead with his head to bring down the Packer. So really, it comes down to discretion. But the reality is, the refs feel as though Jackson could have done something different and chose not to. That's what gets you DQ'd.
Jeez.
And so Dylan gets the carry, pushes forward a gain of 4 or 5. Pioneer, Rogers' first year, he had a much better team around him. Yeah, and that really shouldn't be lost in the conversation. I mean, he had Greg Jennings. He had Donald Driver before Driver got slow. Trying to remember the individuals on that 08 line, but it was overall a better offensive line than this GB line too. Maybe not if Dave Bakhtiari were playing, but don't matter or not. So
Cooper,
compared to the line he's got right now.
For the Broncos, going out.
Thank you. He's one of their edge rushers.
Yes. 4 sacks, I think.
Yeah, so it's a very important part of the conversation is Rogers did have a very veteran team around him, where Love very, very much does not have a veteran team around him. 2003 Packer Bronco game was awesome to watch. 03. So that would have been Favre. Was that a last-second touchdown? Was that one? Can't remember off the top of my head what 03 playoffs. But 2nd and 6 now for Love in shotgun. Emmanuel Wilson, the running back next to Love. He takes the snap and throws it to Wilson, who has a nice little seam there and gains maybe 4 to set up 3rd and short.
All right.
Pioneer, Clifton, Tauscher. Yeah, they would have been the tackles in 03. Maybe Rivera and Wall. Yet it guards there too. In 03 or in 08. I'm sorry, 08. No, Rivera would have been gone. Wall would have. I think Rivera was gone in like 06. Anyway, I'm going to have to look up the interior of the line. But yeah, Clifton, Tauscher at tackles. Sorry, I'm mixing up my comments there. Love takes the snap, hands the ball off to Dylan, and Dylan pushes. It's 3rd and 2. It's 3rd and 2. It's 3rd and 2.
Rebecca. That was horrible.
It's 3rd and 2, and we do a delayed handoff. I mean, not a true delay, but like.
Well, and Dylan didn't help himself because he stuttered.
God damn it, Dylan. At times, Dylan, you have to take your time. At
QB
other
sneak.
times, don't.
QB sneak.
4th and 1.
QB sneak.
Not going to be the tush push given the formation they're in. But 4th and 1. Oh, and we're throwing? It works.
Get over there. There we go.
4th and 1. A play action to Ben Sims, the UDFA tight end. First down.
All right.
Oh, wow. Oh, holy ballsy. Doing a play action pass on 4th and 1. Crap. Oh, the Fleur pulling out the cojones on that one. But, yeesh. Holy buckets. Gutsy play call, but it worked. And Sims got himself across the line. Oh,
that was the weirdest camera angle that the telecast just showed.
Now Musgrave is walking away injured. That's less than ideal.
There we go, Dylan. There we go, Dylan.
Yes. Dylan with the run. That's good. Got to be a good gain of about 18 for a first down. Oh, we getting close. Anthony, what a play call. Very nice. And we got a game, folks. Yes, we do. I said it looked a little reminiscent of the New Orleans game.
That was
that
beautiful.
Starting to have a little bit of that feel. All right, Love under center takes the snap, hands off again to Dylan. Dylan breaks one tackle in the backfield.
Not enough.
Can't break two more. Too many Broncos in the backfield. He broke one, but not the next two. That's going to go down as a loss of probably 2-ish. Heaviest running backs this season. A.J. Dillon and Derrick Henry are tied. If A.J. Dillon ran like Derrick Henry, I'd be a little happier about that. But not yet. And anyway, I shouldn't be harsh on Dillon. Dillon's having a nice drive this time.
Yeah.
13 for 58. Oh, he's not even having that bad of a game at 13 for 58. All right, 2nd and 13 now for Green Bay with the ball on the 15-yard line. They got to make something happen with the passing attack. Love takes the snap, runs for it. He hops over his offensive lineman. That's a gain of 12. Going to set up 3rd and real short. He's hopping over his offensive linemen who are down on the ground.
He's stiff-arming
He's
people.
making plays. J-Love, get the man moving.
He said, it's okay. I got this. Stiff arm. I got you.
There we go. There we
All
go,
right.
J-Love. Unflappable.
Get the fire.
3rd and 2, 9:23 to go in the game. Green Bay certainly in the short part of the field. What exactly yard line are we on? We're on the 4. 3rd and 2 from the 4-yard line. And yeah, I think Green Bay just couldn't get settled. I'm assuming this is going to be a timeout, Green Bay. Yeah. Yeah, they just couldn't get settled following the run. So 3rd and 2. No. Miserable Goat saying, seriously, to be honest, did that make sense?
Jones or Dylan's run.
Which Dylan run?
The one that ended up with nothing. I think.
Oh, I don't know. Or the 4th down play? I don't know. Miserable Goat. I don't know which play you're referring to. We're behind on comments. I'm sorry. Like Ebels, Luke hurt per Rob. Yes, I turned on notifications because I enjoy paying. Like I really appreciate you. I appreciate your service, telling us about the injuries.
You are like our injury reporter.
Did he say how hurt? Like concussion or like any idea here?
Okay. 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. No, we're not going to get this one off either. Timeout, Denver. Okay. So Green Bay didn't feel settled, so they take their timeout. Then they come out in formation. I don't like what they got. Call a timeout of their own. Hey. Oh, they didn't have all their dudes on the field, I do believe, because that was defensive coordinator Vance Joseph looking at a guy going, "Where'd you supposed to be out there?"
Yeah. Not happy. Not happy.
Oh, if only we would have gotten that snap off.
Right. Okay.
Come on. 3rd and 2.
Flags.
Another freaking flag. Just get one snap off.
Now what? Are you kidding me? Who did that? DeGuara.
Oh, DeGuara.
Bro. Bro.
3rd and 7, and that dramatically changes where they are.
Yeah, you cannot do that close.
You're now calling a completely different play than 3rd and 2 that close to the line. So 3rd and 7, now on the 9-yard line. Love drop back and shotgun, and he finds Jones across the middle, gain of about 7. So we got right back to where we were. We at least negated the penalty, just cost us a down. Going to set up about 4th and 2-ish. 9 minutes to go in the game. 8, yeah. Okay. 4th and 2. Throw it at the Bronco. Oh, don't. It's 4th down. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Say that for 1st down.
Okay. Come on, wide receivers. Come on, Jordan. Come on, run.
Under 5 on the
Let's
play
do it.
clock. Love takes the snap at shotgun. Oh
my God. That was absolutely amazing.
Oh my God. Even a broken offense works sometimes.
Oh my God. My God.
Oh my God. So Love pump fakes to get the edge rusher right in front of him to jump because the edge rusher is breathing down on Love. So he pumps, but you could tell by the time he brought the ball back down, there wasn't the receiver where he was expecting. So he still slings it to Dobbs, who's in the end zone.
Closes his hands too early.
Yeah, he was covered, but Dobbs.
He almost had it. He just closed too early.
Oh, so then it deflects up to Jane Reed.
My God.
And Dobbs is going, oh, thank the Lord.
Oh, that was horribly amazing.
Touchdown, Green Bay. And so Green Bay, following the extra point from Anders Carlson, points up in the lead. Oh, my goodness. And that makes it 17 for Green Bay, 16 for Denver.
Jesus.
Oh my God, that was a great play. Sometimes it don't gotta work if you got luck on your side.
Yeah.
What's the line from the replacements? Shane Falco says to the coach, better lucky than good. Yeah, sometimes. Wow. Chris and Matt looking at his playbook like, whoa. Just like he drew it up.
Yep,
like, no
exactly the plan.
Mick saying a variety of pass catchers, more making catches. Yes. Yeah, that is the thing. Like, they don't have a set alpha receiver. Spread it around. So Madden physics touchdown from Lake Hebbles. No doubt about it. And then Pioneer saying 40 years ago, that would have been illegal touching. In what way? Like the deflection for a touchdown? Oh, was that illegal 4 years ago? Oh, I thought Pioneer, just let me know what you're talking about. I'm curious, but I'm just not sure.
I'm so thankful too that ended up us catching the deflection because I know at least one interception has been off of a wide receiver and a defender catches it and intercepts it.
Oh yeah. I think Love's thrown. I think 2 or 3 of his picks have been deflection picks for sure too. So yeah.
Oh, there you
what
go.
a play. Okay. So Pioneer saying 2 offensive players couldn't touch the pass consecutively.
Neat.
Honestly, I did not know that.
I'm glad that has changed.
That is actually super interesting. I did not know that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for telling me that, Pioneer. I didn't know that. Okay, catching up. Chris saying that happened to be playing Madden a couple times. I've said the funniest cuss words ever just by trying to reverse me saying. Yeah, right. Too often that happens to the benefit of the computer too in Madden. All right. Woo! 17-16. Green Bay in the lead. 8:31 to go. All right, now same thing for defense. Don't let Denver do some 8-minute, 15-play drive. They got to come out and shut them down right away. Perhaps more aggressive play calling would be the ticket here. Big Al saying Dobbs should have caught that, but I'll take it. Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to get the lucky breaks to go your way. So 1st and 10, Wilson in shotgun, and he does take the snap, and he's looking right, and he's got a receiver open. Valentine again, the targeted corner. Judy with the catch, gain of probably about 7.
They're going dancing to the sideline.
That's why the immaculate reception needed Tatum to hit the ball to Franco. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Thank you, Pioneer. Mick saying a defender had to be in between, at least standing, to receivers. Okay. In reference to the same rule. Okay. Yeah, I genuinely didn't know that. Thank you, Mick and Pioneer. Yes. Learn stuff every day.
2nd and 4 for the Denver Broncos.
2nd and 4. Wilson pitches to the right. That is McLaughlin, the UDFA. That's their little speedster who gains. Is it enough? Is it? We don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think the refs know at this point.
I don't think so.
About 7.5 to go in the game. What do we got?
They did not get it.
What do we got?
According to the telecast announcers.
Okay. 3rd and 1
inches
for Denver.
Short.
And of course, I would think if they don't get this, they're going to go. I would think.
Nah, just punt it.
Wilson takes the snap, pitches out to Javonte. Yep. Yeah, he's got room. 1st down. Gain of about 5. 1st down for Denver. Yeah, I mean, he just had a lean on the toss.
Yeah, they did good blocking on that one.
Yeah, you see Quay trying to get off there. Quay can't get off. Yeah. Rudy can't get off. Those two can't get off. You're in a lot of trouble. Those are 2 of their best run defenders to this point. Or 2 of their best tacklers, I should say. All right. Come on, D.
Beautiful total yards from the first half to the second half. We doubled.
All right. Wilson in shotgun takes the snap, and he's dropping back.
There we go. We stuffed him. He caught it, unfortunately, and nobody was there. But luckily, he didn't start running right away.
He throws it to the running back who ran right in front of the line and then squatted right in front of the line. That's the 3rd time at least that they've done that, and it's been wide open. They are just choosing to not cover that route right now. So 2nd down now, 2nd and 5. Does that put up 5 for Denver? And Wilson changing stuff. Yep, we got audibles. 2nd and 5 now. And he takes the snap and shotgun, and he's looking. And he hits.
Oh, and a missed tackle.
He hits Judy across the middle. That's a big 1st down. Oh, but Judy's not good.
Oh, no, that's not good at all.
Judy's not good. Good. He is down and hurt. So Judy just ran a simple crosser across the middle, and nobody covered it. And Judy's grabbing those parts. I wonder if Judy got punched. Oh, Nixon missed the tackle. Neat.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think Valentine just might have knocked him a little bit.
Jude's ain't feeling so good.
No.
Miserable Goat, just get the win and heal up. That's the hope. That is the hope. Pioneer, McDuffie does make tackles. Yeah, McDuffie is a strong tackler. The thing with McDuffie is he reminds me a lot of Blake Martinez from a few years ago. Blake always racked up really high tackle numbers too, right? But part of the reason Blake did that was because oftentimes Blake didn't crash down. The plays came to Blake, right? And McDuffie kind of reminds me a little bit of that. He gets a lot of tackles, but he's not explosive enough to get up there and make a positive play. It's just the play comes to him and then he brings it down. Still perfectly fine for a third inside linebacker. But just an observation, it's very reminiscent of Blake to me. But he's a sure tackler once it gets there. Nixon missing a lot of tackles today. Yes, he is. Less than ideal. Pioneer, he tried to knock the ball out, or balls out. Yeah, Joseph hit him in the twig and berries. He's not feeling so good. Judy's gonna have a stomach ache in a little bit. I have a feeling. Scott defense sucking again. Yeah, they just got shut down the drive. Let's be hopeful.
Get aggressive. Let's do this.
Let's be hopeful. Yeah, by the way, one super quick announcement for our regular watch parties and our new people. Hope you're enjoying it. But I've been mentioning in watch parties how there's a week coming where we're not going to have a watch party. And that is a game that I'm holding sacred to go over and watch with my dad to relive my childhood. It's very important to me that I get to do that once a year before, we all age more. So there's a strong possibility that that's going to be next weekend. That would be the game. It's a noon game against Minnesota. So I just want to put that. It's not definitive yet. Watch the channel for updates, but quite possibly no watch party next week to give me a chance to hold dear something that is incredibly important to me. So just keep that in mind. Scott, you were a child. I was. I wasn't always this bearded beauty. There was a time, and I was a darling child, I'll have you know. All right, 1st and 10 now for Wilson as he hands it off to Perrine, the running back, as he kind of pushes up the middle for about a gain of 5. And this is the kind of drive that Green Bay couldn't afford to allow. You cannot give up a drive of death by 1,000 paper cuts when you're only up by 1. Pioneer, best thing is we can't go down more than 1 score at the end of this drive. Yes. I mean, even if Denver marches down and puts up an 8 spot, doesn't matter. Green Bay is still within a 1-score game. Hopefully they don't absorb all the time left on the clock if that's what's coming. Incomplete. That play was just a mess for Denver. So Wilson took the snap and play action to no one because Javonte Williams was already long gone running a route. And then when Wilson does throw it, it hit Williams in the hands, but he dropped it. Yep. Incomplete. 3rd and 6 for Denver. 4:36 to go in the game as Williams sprints off the field. 3rd down passing, 6 of 8, 72 yards and a touchdown for Russ. Cool.
It's intercepted.
Cool. 3rd and 6. Russ takes the snap, and he's looking light. He's dancing. There we go.
Clay just took the ball from Russell as he's on the ground.
Quay said, "Mine now."
Because Russell just pancaked out and just held the ball.
Oh, there we go. So it was Preston. Preston ran a stunt, got around the right interior of the right tackle, and he's the one who got pressure on Russ and the tackle. 4th and 5 for Denver. 4 minutes to go. Will Lutz's going to try a 52-yard attempt to try to give Denver the lead.
And it's
good. Unlike the New Orleans game, he actually hits the field goal. So 19-17 Denver, 3:50 to go in the game. There is one very, very valid question. I think we all can agree we are much happier with the second half version of the Green Bay Packers than we were the first half version of the Green Bay Packers. And that happens almost every week. The thing that the Packers need to figure out, and I have my thoughts about it, and I've shared them a lot. Why can't they be this team in the first half? That's the reality of it. They need to figure out how to be this team all the time. Not that this team is perfect. Not that this team is going to go win a Super Bowl. But it's a hell of a lot better than your product that you put out in the first half when you're thinking too freaking much. They have got to crack that code. Chris, John, what's your game plan now? Are you saying like offensively, what do they got to do? Down 2, realistically, probably going to get the ball at the 25. Given the time on the clock is a little under 4. I think for one, you're running, let's say this. I personally would probably run this like this is going to sound very weird. I hope you get what I mean. I'm going to run a classic 4-minute offense, but do it at the tempo of a 2-minute. What I'm saying is still execute the play calls of a 4-minute. Not everything's got to be pushed down the field. Not everything's got to be rushed. But I'm going to do it at the tempo of a 2-minute, which is still a more active offense, getting up to the line if it's inbounds, etc. That's what I would implement right here. Anthony, come on, defense. It's up to you. I mean, hey, they bent. They didn't break. Brett saying, love keeping the Packer lore with heart attack football. The cardiac pack is back. Yeah. Pioneer, if Carlson had made that field goal before half, Denver goes on 4th, probably get it, run the clock out, and score a touchdown at the end. Even when Carlson misses a field goal, he does it all right. I'm a big Carlson fan. I thought everyone was so quick to rush to judgment of him in the training camp and preseason, and I'm just so happy for him that he's Scott with an opposing viewpoint saying we lose this, it's Carlson's fault. I think there's a lot more fault to go around than that, Scott. And yeah, kick is out of the end zone. So Packers are taking over with the ball at the 25, 3:50 to go in the game. It's because, like you said, the first 20 plays are scripted and not letting the boys be boys. Yeah, I think that's a huge key for this offense. LaFleur's needs to get out of that. Like, you don't have veterans. Stop treating them like veterans. Let the kids play. Because, boy, they look a lot better when they're in rhythm than when they're just play, stop, play, stop. All right, so Love under center for 1st and 10, taking over with the ball in the 25. 3:50 officially on the clock. Love hands it off to Dylan, who breaks 1, can't break 2. Gain of only about 1.5 for Dylan. Pioneer, they'll throw a bomb to Watson on the first play. No, it was a Dylan handoff. Pioneer, Carlson may have to kick a game winner. Oh, man. As long as he gets it. Scott, I know. I kind of figured you were being facetious. And then like Kebble's second half can be easily explained. J-Lo coming for Brady's comeback record. You know, like Rodgers, he's going to sit on the bench for 3 years. So if he's going to get career accumulation records, he's got to start now. So it's got to be it. All right, 2nd and 9. Ball in the 26. Love drops back from under center and hits Dylan right over the middle. Dylan makes one tackle. Dylan, that's in the Denver territory. A.J. Dylan doing something positive. And they're now in Denver territory under 3 minutes to go. That was a nice
run.
That was A.J. Dylan. Just a simple play action. Dylan with the chip block. Dylan then gets the little pass, breaks 1. And then everyone else who gets a hand on Dylan just has to ride along for a little bit as Dylan was trucking down the field.
Get those thunder thighs moving.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 44 of Denver. Play clock under 3. Love's got to get this off. Watson in motion. And Love hands it off to Dylan.
Nothing.
Who gains 1? This is why they can't build a rhythm. See, and this is a little bit of what I'm talking about with rhythm, right? How many times have we seen this where they have a really positive play that gets them a 1st down, and then what's the next play call? Halfback dive, gain of 1. We see it again and again and again and again, and that does not get your offense into a rhythm. What that does is it makes your offense go, here was a successful play. Here's a gain of 1. Now let's take a long huddle. Now let's figure out what we're going to do on 2nd and 9. Okay, let's go up and do it. And that's not the way the young Packers are built to play. The young Packers are built to play in play. Like, keep rattling them off, not doing, yeah, we experienced a little bit of success. Now here's a halfback dive. Let's gain 1. Even if the halfback dive worked, even if it's considered a successful run that gains 5, so what? You just had a successful play, and then you gain 5 on a halfback dive in the dead middle of the field? It's just, that's not the way I'd call an offense, and it's infuriating to watch. Chris, if I may say, saying scripted is like a bad word to Tom Grassi, just like I learned to not say build up for this year. Yeah. He does the scripted videos every week, doesn't he? It's a lot of his shorts. Rebuild. There you go. Learn not to say rebuild. It's a year in transition, Chris. That's what I've been going with. This is a year in transition. Miserable Goat. Interesting play calls coming. Let's see last minute coaching adjustments. Yeah, I know you posted that right before the halfback dive for a gain of 1. If they could take that play, if Luke Butkus or anyone could run over to Matt LaFleur's play sheet when we're in situations like this with under 5 minutes to go in the game and the Packers offense is actually experiencing some success, and then just take a Sharpie and go over halfback dive, Packers would be well suited for it. Stupid. Joseph, I like how 31 went down from the hit of Dylan on the end of that long play instead of the other way around. Yeah, that's why, like, that play. And plus, like, Dylan is being chased from behind. Like, there's the one guy who gets the hand on the back of Dylan, right? And all the tackle attempts are from behind. And whenever someone did that on that particular play, they had to drag with Dylan for a few yards. That's what A.J. Dillon is supposed to be, right? It's just, he needs to be that every play, not 3 plays a game, 5 plays a game. You know, it's got to be more consistent from him. But that's it. That's his play style right there. All right. Hi. Let's see how this ends. We're getting close. All right. 2 minutes. Packers with the ball at the 44-yard line. 2nd and 10. Love in shotgun. Empty set. And he takes the snap and he's running. He doesn't do much. He gains 5 on the scramble. Broncos were pretty well ready for it.
There's a flag on the flag.
Well, we got a flag. Of course. Holding offense. Are you Elton Jenkins of all people? Oh. I mentioned earlier that Elton has not looked the same since that knee injury. It's true. Ticky-tack. 2nd and 20 now. Minute 56 to go. Yeah, backing up to 2nd and 20. Pioneer Senior saying that hurts. It does. It does indeed hurt a lot. Minute 56 now to go in the game. Packers now back on their side of the field at about the 46. Love takes the snap in shotgun. Love looking for somebody.
Nobody.
Incomplete, as the somebody, Christian Watson, was pretty much already on the ground. 3rd and 20 now for Green Bay.
Get up.
Oh,
and he's
my
going off
Lord.
the field.
Watson is running away with a limp. Come on.
He's like,
come on. The hell happened? Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah, and he was open right there. I mean, he was open.
No, he got hurt. Whatever happened snapped before Love
threw it.
So he was going down because he was hurt, not because a defender was coming up or because he was trying to catch the ball. Something snapped.
I thought the defender hit his leg as he was already trying to sit down.
No, when he turned to face Love, something must have snapped.
That's when something buckled. All right.
Yeah.
3rd and 20. 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20. Love dropping back in shotgun. Good protection. Love airing it out. Picked. Son of a.
Jesus Christ.
That's a bad decision. It's 3rd and 20. You need a play. But, see, Love has to know the situation here. It's 3rd and 20. You're down by 2. You do not need 40 yards.
No, you need enough to get.
And you're going to 2, Ray? Oh. It's 3rd and 20. Down by 2. Why? Love has to know the situation there. You did not need 40 yards on that play. You didn't even need 20. You needed to get back into field goal range is what you needed to do.
Which was 17 yards away.
And instead, this is what I just don't get. Toure wasn't even that open. So what are you doing? Well, and the throw is underthrown anyway. Like in that view, if you're watching the telecast, like I can see, I guess, like I still don't like it, but I at least see what Love was thinking and that like throw him to the corner of the end zone. He's got to step on the guy. But then you underthrow the pass. It doesn't matter anyway. Bad throw, bad decision. That one, that throw, that play, that's unequivocally on Jordan Love. I won't deny that.
Come on, defense.
2nd and 9. I do believe it is still a possibility. I don't see. Oh, Green Bay's out of timeouts?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, okay, neat. Thunder, typical finish in Packer fashion. Mike Clements, like the great Don Meredith used to say on Monday Night Football, turn out the lights. The party's over. Yeah. The Kebbles, lots of looks at Rogers' hero ball. Perhaps I judged you too harshly. Or we could just stop doing that at all. That's what I'm down with. I didn't like it when Rogers did it. I don't like it when Love does it. You needed 17. You needed 20. You didn't need 40. Pioneer definitely deserved this loss. Yeah, the Packers have to stop doing this crap where they play like absolute garbage for 2 quarters. And then come on. Kimmer, MLF has a ton of plays, but only calls the ones written on his hand. Hint, 4 plays to choose from. I don't know. I've said just about everything I'm going to say at this point. NGA, Brett, y'all have a good week. Thanks for the cast. You as well, Brett. Thank you. Thanks for coming on. You know what? We're all in this together. I saw someone earlier comment like we're all going to wind up with gray hair. Yeah, no hair for me. It's already losing whether the Packers lose or not. If they lose, shouldn't have had to it. So, Commando G-Man spiraling down. You know what the Packers have to embrace themselves around is this was like the coaching staff for the Packers isn't just going to like be like, okay, well, we suck, we're done. No, like they're going to have to attempt to find some kind of silver lining, right? And I guess that silver lining would be that this comeback attempt was much better than against the Raiders. It's a stupid silver lining, but hey, it's a silver lining. This Packers coaching staff has to figure out why they are a completely different team in the second half than they are in the first. And until they figure that out, they are going to continue to lose to both bad teams and good teams. It's just that simple. And I already said what I think my opinion is to like why it happens the way that it does. But hello, another loss of sleep in the first half just to play catch up. Rocket knees. Well, boys, we getting a high first round pick on the positive side. That's right. Live in the positive. And hey, I mean, look, I know no one wants to be positive right now, but at the end of the day, the Packers have played 6 games and they are 2-4. Yeah, Wilson throws it deep to run the clock. Smart decision. They are 2-4. Season has a long way to go. Long way. Pioneer, they can run 4-down play and just throw deep out of bounds to run the clock. Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. You're right on. Scott, first half is key. Yep. They cannot continue being a second half team. Miserable Goat, unfortunately, by the end of the season, all Packers fans will be gray. Yeah, gray or bald. And for a lot of us, getting fatter, too.
Oh, we're still above the Bears.
There you go. Still above the Bears. I told you we'll find a lose to a bad team. Man, I know. But being that sad all the time is no way to live.
And we still have a better record than the Panthers.
They suck.
Yeah. I don't think they've won at all.
Nope. Well, there you have it, guys. I was being sarcastic. Sucks to lose. I figured as much. But I mean, you're not wrong. All right, everybody. Well, Scott, thanks for the fun. Absolutely. Thank you for Scott for being here. Remember, I'm going to post on the channel again, guys. Like, I'm sorry. I am going to be taking a week off soon. It may very well be next week. Give me some time with my father, as we all age. So, going to do that one game this year. So could be coming next week. I'll post about that on the channel, and I'll have a reaction video up sometime tomorrow reacting to this game. I don't even want to, but I will. So be on the lookout for that as well. And then Brett's, can we still say relax? To an extent. Yeah. It's just the reputation as to why you could say relax and then know that it's going to be okay. You're not there anymore. He's got a torn Achilles right now. So Chris Hand, could you imagine Love winning in Denver, though? It's kind of hard to do. That would have been good props to him. Yeah, you're not wrong. The Packers historically are god-awful in Denver. So, he's just trying to be like his predecessors, I guess. I still think you were hatched. And on that note, we're out of here, everybody. But thank you so much, everybody, for being here at the watch party. Look out for the channel this week. I'll have at least 3 videos up this week, and then I just don't know about a watch party next week. Maybe I'll go live in the middle of the week as well. But thanks, everybody, for being here. Have a good night, and as always, go Pack, go.